2 weeks ago ended after the Merilith. We got a short rest, and the voice of, I think it was Yael, said, "Get some rest. You're going to need it." The truly bad stuff starts soon.
Yes, because immediately after the short rest, we got one memory, but it was a 1, 2, 3, 4 tiered thing. So the human guards were before the long rest. So the humans that we had to not hurt were 2 weeks ago. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, cool. So yes, the reason that she was giving the warning is it was basically like a 5-course meal. Like basically initiative count 1 group of enemies. The top of the initiative on the second round, another group of enemies. Top of initiative third round, another group of enemies. Fourth round, another group of enemies. And so but 4 is where it maxed out. On the 5th round, there wasn't another group. But basically, we fought we fought 7 demons in the first batch, then 8 demons in the second patch, and then 3 demons in the third patch. So it was a total of like 20 demons over the course of the rounds.
Nice.
And so upon defeating the last one of them, the final battle came. Yinogu himself, along with batches of demons from the previous fight, because we'd noticed, for people who haven't participated in the memories, that the last demon that we defeat, or almost defeat, comes back in the next round. The difference with the Yinogu fight was 3 demons appeared from the last round. So it was Yinogu and 3 backup.
And we never learned. We could never learn.
The thing was, Yinogu basically killed us. I think all of us were down at one point. Nobody died.
Almost.
But almost all of us were unconscious, except for one person. And I think it was it Eris?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, out of character, Juniper was like, or not Juniper, sorry, not even Juniper. Jess said that Eris would know that she had like a health potion. So, and then Eris gave Jukes the health potion because Jukes could heal Bakram, drag Bakram away from the bad guys, and then Bakram could then use mass healing word on the rest of us. But we were like, basically, if Eris had gotten knocked out, we all would have been unconscious. And so it was real scary.
Where were you, Azra?
Azra passed out early on in the fight.
Which is a rude thing to state. I don't like what that says about Azra's character.
No, here's what it was. At that point, the Hezru was there, and the Hezro stench had gotten to you to the point where you were. That's what like.
You have a very weak constitution.
Okay, so what we found out though was the fight against Yinogu wasn't necessarily a battle to defeat him. It was a war of attrition because after, I think it was like during the 3rd round of fighting. That's, by the way, all of that, him knocking us all out, was 2 rounds.
Well.
And so on the 3rd round, when we were all making death saves and about to die, the cavalry came in, and it was Zariel mounted atop Mammoth Lulu, and she was with the other Hell Riders, who aren't called the Hell Riders yet because this is the past. They are, oh my gosh. I had a name for them because the book doesn't give them one.
Well, you also have to admit that, yes, it was the 3rd round of this fight after like 5 rounds of fights in a row.
Of course, because it was one after another. It was 5 in a row, followed by
full god.
Yeah, and it was a full god, exactly.
Yeah.
So the party sees riding in some familiar faces in different forms. I don't know if I flashed up Zariel. Zariel atop Lulu. The mounts of the holy riders are the spectral horses, which are pretty cool.
Oh, they also have 6 legs, if not more, maybe 8.
Let me flash that up again. I didn't count the legs. Oh wow!
Check it out, my dude. That's so many hooves.
I counted 7, but I think it's 8.
Octo horse.
Yeah.
It's probably not 7.
I know.
Don't think.
I think this thing in the center is like another leg, but
And I think in the back right corner is also another leg. Yeah, I think there's 8. But yeah.
Full on Sleipnir going on here. I love it.
But mounted atop them are, like I said, some familiar faces. So we have Yael, who is obviously not a ghost at this point because she's alive. this person here is Harrowman, pre-corruption. We also have Olanthius, pre-corruption. And then somebody who you don't recognize, this dude. He introduced himself to the party as Phoenix. Phoenix Mantlemorn. The party continues. Azra, you wake up. And then, Sachi, you were resting in the tank after tough battles throughout the scab. And you hear Lulu's voice in your mind. You hear, you've had a rest, but it's time to go. And then Lulu teleports you from there, but not like instant teleportation. Basically, you're like dragged. So your body is like brought like through the scab, brought through crowds of demons, shoved through the door, and then you fall limp upon the ground, and your mind goes to here.
So I love the saying "dragged through the scab."
It's bad.
I hate it.
Let me grab a token for Sachi. There we are. As they came in, this was a dumb joke, but I'm going to repeat it. As they came in, and as the party was dying, and Inogu was winning, they played a song, like their war march, which was "Make Way for Prince Ali," but switch out Prince Ali for Divinity. And so it was like, "Make way for Divinity," and so they were writing in, yeah.
See, it wasn't good the first time. You didn't have to say it the second time.
But they didn't hear it, and I want to spread my bad jokes, and so...
I wish you'd keep your bad jokes in your mouth.
I'm a real-life Disney princess, and I still don't appreciate that.
Ooh, that's wrong.
There's two of me again. God damn it.
Oh, yes. Pick the right one and feel free to delete it. I believe it's the circle. Oh, okay.
The circle is, I think, just her straight fox form, whereas the other one is her humanoid form.
Yes.
I only see one of you.
She deleted one already. So, at the point where Sachi enters the dream state, and Azra wakes up, the party is all awake. They've been healed to a certain extent. Like, they're all not making death saves. And they were talking to the Holy Riders who were introducing themselves, and trying to help people around the town, healing the villagers and such. So basically the battle is, not basically, literally the battle is over. This is a time to talk to these mythical people of ages gone by.
Kyle was reprimanding us for not talking to them last time because we were all like almost dead, like so depressed, and he's like, "Why aren't you chatting them up?" And we're like, "We were so depressed. Let us be despondent for a second, fucker."
And nobody said anything.
We're all like,
but so Zariel would just be like, "I'm so glad you were able to hold Tinogu as long as you could. He keeps coming back. We keep defeating him. He just keeps coming and coming and coming. But you folks must be filled with divinity yourselves."
Sachi snorts.
He just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I got that too, and I was about to say something.
Bakram is, for all intents and purposes, he's so tired, so Bakram's just going to be silent. We got Jess.
Ask him fully out.
Then we got Eris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Oh, Jukes would also be here. Yes. Okay, cool. So how do you guys respond to her thanking you and such?
I mean, Azra was fully not there for any of this, so he's a little bit confused.
The stench is finally gone. He wakes up.
If any of the party wants to RP filling in Azra and Sachi, please do so now.
Oh, okay.
Say Juniper army crawls over to him, wafts the stench away from him.
What?
I'd whisper to him what was going on.
So he's gonna take that in. Juniper had what did you say, like 10 hit points?
Yeah, I have 13.
What? Okay.
I have 1.
And Eris, I think you were about to say something, so you can talk to Sachi when Jess is done talking to, or Juniper's done talking to Azra.
That's fine.
Yeah, Bakram got me up to 13 right before he left.
Juniper, what are you saying to Azra?
I would have just filled him in with what had happened while he was passed out from his poor constitution.
Okay.
Which I'm still mad about.
That's
by
fine.
The way.
Yeah, that's fine. Azra, how do you respond to the
Did not mean to do both of those. We just take the 13, Juniper.
Thank you.
Azra's gonna help you up to your feet and say, "I apologize that I was not here to fight alongside you." He looks up because, like, I assume that's Lulu in full war elephant form, and she's like, what, a solid 15, 20 feet tall?
Yep.
Lady Zariel, this is you.
Yes.
What is it that Yinogu and his forces want here? This is not just spite that drives him.
I think it's revenge too, because once upon a time it was just a group of gnolls. It was not demons or devils. It was just regular gnolls that lived in these parts that were attacking the village for, meat and adventure and ravaging. And so the gnolls were here. Upon the gnolls being defeated by the light of Lathander, I believe the gnolls prayed to a god of their own, and it became a fight between Lathander and Yinogu, and I, such as you, are just soldiers in that fight.
You believe then that this is simply another front of his war?
Yes, this is exactly that.
Must revenge be a horrible cycle?
I think if the gnolls had won, this would have never happened. I think if the second onslaught or the third if any of the onslaughts had won, he would have never come back. He does not care for this area. There's no strategy. There's no, high ground to be gained by being here. So I think that it was the losses that kept pushing him to do more.
Meaning that if we were to move these people to a different settlement, he would simply follow them. It is not the area he wants. It is these people.
I think that since these people are protected by myself and Lathander, I think that is a true sentence, yes.
Hey,
So
who's
that is-
Lavender?
We all just look at Sachi.
Yes, at the same time that this is going on, Eris, did you want to fill Sachi in on anything?
Yeah, I think Eris would be like, you guys know Courage the Cowardly Dog when he's like, like
Yeah.
just babbling. That's what she's doing, but hooting, and she forgets that Sachi can't understand her. And then she mind messages, just like, oh yeah, by the way, big demon god, almost killed all of us. I lived, everyone was dying, I was gonna run away. But yeah, that was about.
Meanwhile, Juniper's like, where's my giant fucking health potion?
This is why you're my favorite.
And then Sachi hears the Lathander part, and Sachi says, "Who's Lathander?" Zariel will turn to you and be like, "Oh, I'd be happy to tell you about Lathander. Lathander is who I currently serve." She points her fingers at the door here behind. This is a statue of her, by the way. So she's both standing here in real life, and there's a gigantic statue of her. She points past the statue at the church. The doors blow open, and there's a statue of Lathander inside the church. And she would say, he's the god of renewal, rebirth, the morning. So, yeah, it's just like anybody who wants a new start or believes in reformation or change or growth. Yeah.
Ah, yes, Lathander. Great friends with Ilmater.
I was going to turn to Sachi and just say, odds are most churches you have seen have been, in some form or fashion, to Lathander. He is
Guess I just never really paid attention.
Somehow this does not surprise me.
I have a character in another game that's polytheistic, and he's a cleric who doesn't worship one god, he worships many gods. And so at one point he's worshipping Lathander, but he keeps calling him Lavender.
I was actually gonna make that joke. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Alright.
Like, churches really like asking for money, and it's a really good target.
Right, we are not going to... Okay, so...
See, Juniper snaps her head around and her eyes get really big.
That's very important. Zariel would be like...
Lady Zariel, I believe that it is important that we secure the safety of these people.
Yes, you notice that
Azra tries very hard to not let Zariel or Juniper dwell on the fact that Sachi just basically admitted to stealing from churches.
Yes. The party will notice that the various holy riders are going around putting out fires, helping people around the village. So, yes, the village is being taken care of. And, yeah. So, yeah, she'd be like, yes, we must help the people. They are the most important thing. I do not believe I caught your names. You obviously know me, Lady Zariel. But,
Apologies for our rudeness, my lady. Azra will turn and say, though I believe my comrades have earned somewhat more of your respect than I myself deserve. He'll gesture for Juniper to introduce herself.
Juniper would step up and she's like, I am Juniper. I am a holy knight of Ilmater. And this is my companion. And we'll point to Azra.
I am Azra in Saria, a paladin in the service of the goddess Elistrai. It is an honor to meet you, Lady Zaria. Holy shit, is Souffle dead?
No,
What's
Marcus.
Souffle doing over there, Marcus?
Marcus is probably almost dead.
I am at 1 HP, yeah.
Oh my god!
Jukes would limp up and be like, the two of us aren't doing too great.
Oh shit.
Juniper would say, but for somehow you smell like a really expensive health potion. Eyes suspiciously.
Juniper, we can certainly talk about... That was a good point, because as the potion was taken, like, Juniper's unconscious body was like, you better pay for that. And so...
Astra's gonna start, because Jukes is also pretty injured, right?
Yeah, 2 HP.
Oof. Okay, Astra's gonna start casting a prayer of healing on both of them. It'll take
See,
10 minutes.
Juniper would never fault him whatsoever for using the health potion. Jessica is like, motherfucking DMPC took her really expensive health potion.
No, but that DMPC then was allowed to save Bakram, which then saved the party. So it was important.
Regardless.
No problem. I think that sorry, what'd you do, JD?
Azra's casting prayer of healing, which will take 10 minutes. Which will take 10 minutes to cast.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So when that's done, just let me know. He'll be here going. For those 10 minutes.
Okay.
Fighting Thou.
What?
Fighting Thou.
Yep.
I say Juniper would then go around and introduce everybody else.
Yes.
Since that seems to be a thing.
Dukes and Souffle and Eris and Sachi.
I was gonna ask if she was asking all of us.
Yes, she wants to know all of your names. Yes, all of you.
Then I would like to roleplay my part real quick.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, that's good. I was encouraging that, but I didn't want to be like, what's your name? What's your rank? What's your class and level? You know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, 100% RP.
So I'm a Scorpio? I'm kidding. No.
Yeah.
God.
I like walks on the beach.
Does she? So first, Eris is gonna hoot and see if she like understands her, or if she.
Oh yeah, Zariel hoots back. She goes.
That's cool.
She hoots back, and somebody just hears the hoot, but you understand her say, "I speak every language."
Hoo-doo.
Hooty-hoo.
You're perfect. I love that so much. Okay, hi. My name is Eris. And then she's like about Eris. I don't have a last name. I don't belong to anything so far. And yeah, my name's Eris. I don't know if I have to roll deception.
I also don't have a last name. Yeah, roll deception. Well, okay. Wait, here's the thing though. Because if you are truly disowning your family, and you in this moment don't feel like you have a last name because you don't belong to a family, I don't think that's deception.
Okay.
But if you still consider yourself a Strigiform, but you're just embarrassed of them, that would be deception. You know what I mean?
No, I think she fully disowns her family.
Yes, then it's not deception. You are no longer a Strigiform.
Yeah. And she's gonna be like, I would like a last name. Do you want a last name? I don't know.
Angels don't typically. We have one name where we have mononyms.
What's
so
that?
A mononym is when you have one like the Bard Prince or the Bardess Madonna. You know, it's like.
Oh, so you're like
JD.
What? Wow, that's. You're a bard. You're like
the Bard as Madonna knocked me out on impact.
I love that. Wow. So do you think I could be just Erin?
Yes. And if you no, she wouldn't make that joke. Kyle would make that joke, so I'm not gonna have her do it. So she'd say yes. Eris is a fine name, and I see no reason why you would need any other.
Say, Jessica's gonna give Kyle inspiration for holding back a corny joke.
You shouldn't, because Jukes is gonna pipe up. No. Jukes can't pipe up because it's all being said in hoots.
Yep.
So Jukes can't.
Ha ha!
So I will hold it down. And so, yes. So she said that, Eris.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And you're very pretty.
Oh. Thank you. I'm not one for, I'm not one for pride, but I appreciate it.
Eris, and that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. I think the town has calmed down. Let's the other Hell Riders start to come back around. I'm gonna just stick all their horses somewhere. I'm gonna have to keep dragging them around as well. But you see. Jess, Juniper, is Haruman out right now or no?
No, he's in the graveyard.
Okay. I just asked because I didn't know if you guys wanted past Haruman to meet present Haruman or not.
That would be so good.
It would not be good.
It would be something. It would be a definite thing.
Honestly, I kind of wish future Haruman would meet past Zariel, though. Maybe she would be a good influence, but also, like, I think it would just cause more trouble.
I mean, he would definitely just be a shithead to her. He'd be like, you are the weak version of my mistress, or some bullshit.
It might crack his porcelain demeanor. It might, there might be one.
There's not a whole lot of porcelain there. It feels like rusty iron.
Yeah.
Oh, did you not know this armor is made out of porcelain? Canonically,
what a terrible material to make armor out of.
All right. So these guys are just talking to each other basically. They've introduced themselves, but they are just kind of commingling. Zariel has done her introductions. I think I'm going to leave it to the party. If anybody wants to talk to any of the people specifically, again, we have Haruman, Olanthius, and Yael, and the new one that you don't know is Phoenix Mantlemorn.
Speaking of Phoenix, can I do a history or religion check on that name?
Yes, you can.
Is it Phoenix, right?
Which one?
I would say history.
Objection!
Cool.
Phoenix, right? Yes. And to let people know
I
who
actually see
maybe
the dice rolling now. I didn't before.
for people who weren't around, you guys do know Haruman, but as a reminder, let me pop up Olanthius in his infernal form. This is Olanthius as he currently exists in Avernus.
Very Ein's Ul down.
Hot.
He is he's not a bad guy per se, but he is infernal and technically evil. But not lusts. That's the wrong word. He's wistful. There you go. He's wistful of his humanoid days. He wants to redeem Zariel. He hates being a devil. And so the group made a deal with him that he should help us redeem Zariel, and in turn probably also redeem Haruman, because Haruman's only evil because Zariel's evil.
Correct. That is the goal.
There he is here. Okay. And then, yes, what did you get on your history? 20.
Dirty 20, sir.
100%. You remember very well, Azra, that back in Baldur's Gate and in Elturel, the party met a young, new Hellrider named Rhea Mantlemorn. Let me find Rhea.
God, that was her last name.
She daddy?
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm real happy you rolled history, because I wasn't sure how I was going to get the party to remember that. And so...
Daddy.
There is Rhea.
Hmm.
And the party met her when they first started their journey, when they were looking for information on Hell. And she's a new Hellrider, joined up. She's never been to Hell. None of the new modern Hellriders have been to Hell. They're called the Hellriders because the first ones went to Hell. And you guys are figuring out these are the first ones. The group you're seeing now were the original Hellriders. Because at this point, they're called the Holy Riders. Yes, so in some way, shape, or form, Phoenix is related to Rhea. You don't know how.
Why is Dad so hot, but she's not?
She was
cute.
Rude. Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a hot, smolder.
Azra's still focused on that prayer, which I assume, nothing interrupts, and we go and say it's concluded.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, I think you can say it's done. Yep.
Well, that was a shite roll, and did it twice again.
Okay. So...
I don't know why I did it twice.
9 to Jukes and Souffle. Oh, no, everybody, right?
Up to 6 creatures, so yeah, everyone.
Woo!
Oh, man, a whole 11. Thanks, Azra. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, you should take what you can get.
Yes, of course. You know
you
me
have a gaping wound in your side, so...
I mean, you know me with the bad jokes.
Jukes, do you think your jokes are bad?
No, but I know others do. A single tear
right now.
A single tear goes down Jukes' cheek.
Oh no, Jukes. Oh no.
The self-awareness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
God. I don't know. I don't think there's I think Azra believes that given the fact that we are in a memory, that there's not really much information to be gleaned. He can't really go and say, Zario, if by coincidence you were to turn into an archdevil, what would be the best way of taking you down?
I mean, but you could ask about fallen angels in general. I know. You could ask...
how do you think you could be redeemed if you fell?
Not her, but you could say one. Hey, have you heard of any angels being redeemed? Is that a thing that, could happen?
That's actually not a bad idea.
You could also ask the Hellriders for information about their organization, or... you guys don't know who Phoenix is, and so for all you know, Phoenix could be an important person... Because you don't know where he is in the present. You only know about past Phoenix. Right. So, trying to figure out who he is or what he's about could maybe lead you to what's going on with him at the present if he still exists. But yeah, I promise there are questions you could ask that would be fruitful, but I can't tell you what they are.
No, absolutely. I appreciate the attempt at helping us, fish for information.
Also, some of it might just be flavor because you guys haven't met. You've only met Devil Haruman and Devil Olanthius, so it might be. Oh, the one thing I will add. Sorry, when you guys got here, when the Hellriders first arrived, right after they defeated Inogu, right before they introduced themselves, Yael winked at the party.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Which one's Yael?
The girl who is alive here but was a ghost by the Sword of Zariel.
Yeah, the one we fully met outside.
Yes.
Huh. I think Azra, kind of gives Yael a look.
She gives a slight wave, but not, up here. She puts her hand by, her waist and gives you, a...
Sure, an overtly subtle one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna give the rest of the party a chance to ask questions first, given that Azra was canonically busy with something.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't have anything...
You have to be hair.
Oh. Thank you. I try to keep it clean, but, when you're in battle, sometimes you can't exactly, get a haircut. You notice that her hair goes all the way down to her waist.
Cool. I mean, also Sachi. Sachi's, I think, actually goes past her waist.
Ah. Then she'd be like, you have some nice hair too, lassie.
Yeah, it's always good to appreciate a fellow redhead.
I think she's technically a brunette.
She looks like a redhead.
She might be. You
That
can't
looks
really
like
tell
redhead.
underneath the cloak. So I will say, canonically, she's a redhead now.
That looks like orange hair.
Yeah. I could agree to that, yeah.
Cool. I just wanted a reason to talk to her. So, what's your deal?
Oh,
Besides being like a horse rider of heaven or something.
oh, that's right where I was gonna go, so I won't go there now.
Yeah, I already had that.
That's kind of my whole thing. I don't know if I have much of a thing. Okay, I like to read. A bit of a bibliophile. You ever been to Candlekeep? That's a right good place. The party has been to Candlekeep, but I don't know if Sachi has separately. Candlekeep is a really big library with wizarding books and yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah. But like to hang out with my friends. Not the holy ones; they're good, but they're not as good for a good time. But go out and go out on the town, and as long as you pray in the morning, I don't think the good Lord minds.
Yeah, the holy ones can be kind of boring sometimes. I won't lie.
Azra looks over.
You are like the definition of stick in the mud.
Someone has to be a beacon of law in this nightmare.
And someone has to be a beacon of chaos.
Not the only one.
I know. That's why me and Eris get along.
So how did you find yourself at... Oh, the town is called Idleglen. She would go, how did you find yourselves in Idleglen? And then she winks again, because she knows.
I was ripped through a portal. Like not 5 seconds, like a minute ago?
Yes, and you're welcome for that.
Time is... What? Oh, you did that?
But, yes, but the rest of you, good job on the fight. But, yes, she whispers this part. She whispers, she's like, I sensed you in your, what's the word? Battle vehicle? I sensed you there, and, I called you here so you could partake.
You do like fighting. And it looked like they were getting their asses handed to them.
Yes. But I could not intervene until the end, you see.
Huh.
Why is that?
I am
I'm
not
not in
good
the
at
public.
insight, but I'm gonna roll it anyway, just for funsies. Sachi, you got nothing.
I met a koala at Candlekeep. Nice deep cut. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, she seems like a nice lady. Yeah. Eris, did you ask, like, with your mind message, why not?
I did, but then I remembered I don't know if I can hear the conversation happening. So I was like, oh, never mind.
You can hear certain parts, but yeah, Yael has whispered other parts. All the parts that were about, like, teleporting her down here, that was all whispered. And, like, but then the parts about, like, how did your group get here? That part was out loud. So.
Oh, okay. Ares, I don't think it would help if Ares said anything. She hoots, and literally Zarya would be the only one to understand, so I don't think it would be okay.
Yael would say, she would whisper to Sachi, she would say, I know, that back in the present you have met, the two to my right, but maybe you haven't. You've definitely met Haruman, because Haruman is just Jess's.
Yeah.
Who's Jess?
Sorry, yes, Juniper's Echo, and so you haven't met Olanthius yet, but she would just say, she'd be like, oh, here, Phoenix, let me introduce you to Sachi. It was right.
Yep.
Phoenix would look over, big grin, and just nod. Not say anything.
Not a talkative sort, are we?
What'd you say?
Not a talkative sort, are we?
He'd be like, exactly.
Silent brooding type.
Not
Sachi,
brooding.
Like, crosses
Silent.
her arms and tries to look cool, and just gives him a nod back.
Silent, happy type. Like, he's not brooding, but.
Manacle smile.
Yep.
What's up?
Just here to beat down some evil.
Honestly, same.
He offers you like a fist bump.
Cool. Yeah.
My God.
I love this.
Amazing.
Found it.
And then he goes, he whispers to you and he goes, holy bros.
Holy bros. Oh my God.
Holy does not usually. I've never been, but.
If you are anti-evil, you are holy enough to him.
Watching it like looks like somebody gave her a brain freeze. It's like what? She knows she's not supposed to talk about other stuff.
Azra just gives her a look.
Her tail bristles, or her tails, because she has like 3.
Oh, telling her not to do something might have been a mistake.
I have to think if this would happen or not. I'm gonna have one of them make a perception or insight check of some kind. 1 second.
Oy, 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 oy.
Yeah, he would definitely notice. So this one would come over to Juniper.
Mm.
And just be like, sorry to bother you, ma'am. But something like, I know a little arcana, and there's just something about you that seems familiar, and I don't know why.
Me? Well,
Yeah.
I am a Knight of Elmader. My mother is from... My family is from the Feywild, and we've always been part of the Order of the Knight of Elmader. We come down from the ages, from the Knights. Perhaps you know one of my ancestors?
I don't think it's your lineage, and I mean you are holy.
Mm-hmm.
That does send off the alarms, so I do see that. But no, I don't.
Sachi looks over at Azra, like a kid that wants to tell a younger kid that Santa isn't real.
Azra's just, don't.
Please?
Don't.
Aww.
Don't.
Juniper looks really confused.
You guys always tell me not to lie.
Juniper's really confused.
I don't think Azra. Well, actually, Azra has eight wisdom. He might also be confused.
Anybody is welcome to roll insight to see if they're confused or not.
Joseph knows what he's asking, but Azra does not.
Yes.
6.
That's why I had him roll first, and he rolled 18.
Very high.
So.
Very high.
I mean,
I'm confused. I don't know what they're talking about.
Juniper is or Jess is?
Both.
Oh, both. Okay, well I can tell Jess because I guess I can tell you. Well,
I mean, I can say,
yeah,
you are possessed of Haruman's essence.
He senses his soul has touched you. You know what I mean? He senses
it's full Haruman who's talking to you. He's very confused by this.
Oh, this is Haruman? I didn't know it was Haruman.
Oh yeah, I said this is good Haruman. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was him.
Okay. Yeah. So just to be clear, Haruman's the bottom one. Olanthius is the middle one. Yael.
I thought you'd said just one of them came over and started talking to me.
Oh,
yeah, you said
okay.
this guy. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's Haruman.
Pure, innocent, good, past Haruman comes over and talks to you and says there's something about you that seems familiar.
Huh. So Juniper would say that, and then she would look deeper into him, and she's like, I feel like you and I have a connection. Maybe sometime in the future, we'll become close.
So you think it's not that there's a present or a past, it's that there's a future threat.
Yeah.
Possibly. I usually leave things like fate and destiny to the gods.
do you think you'll actually be so close? But
Say Juniper smiles, and she's like, I think the way that you are now is really great, and I think that I would love to get to know you and the way you are now.
Well, thank you for that, but I think there's always room for improvement, and I think, as long as I follow Lady Zariel, she'll always lead me on the right path.
And I hope that you will help Lady Zariel remain on the right path, and if she were to stray, that you would help pick her up, right?
She would never stray.
There's always room for error, and that's
Well,
why
yes,
we have people to lean on to help us remain on the right path, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's a big capital I, if I would be there for her.
Exactly. So let's stick together.
Like you sticking with us?
That is the royal we.
Oh, I see. Okay. The divine we, as we say.
Let's stick together for the good.
Yes. For the good. He's then like...
Eris, you fucker.
Azra just looks over at Sachi.
what
Don't you dare.
I didn't hear what Shannon said. What'd Shannon say?
No, she's just going around and muffled screaming over there.
Eris said maybe you fall in love and get married soulmates.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Shannon, if Sachi would like to roll a wisdom roll of some kind to see if she stays quiet or not, you could do that.
Make a wisdom save.
Yeah, you can make wisdom
Fail.
save.
please fail.
You pass.
God damn it!
Azra moves his aura to be next to you so that you pass even harder.
I want so badly to say, I don't know, I like your, future self more.
Oh my god! So he would just look at Junior and be like, well...
But I don't want to take character choices away from people, so...
He would be like, well, he would stick out his hand to see if you'd take it.
Juniper would.
And he would do he'd kiss your hand kind of a thing. And then he'd be like, it was good, it was fine meeting you. Hopefully, maybe we'll see each other on the battlefield someday.
Hopefully, we will be close allies for good in the future.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean opposing sides of the battlefield. I meant on the same side of the battlefield. Yes.
Of course, of course. You and I will be on the side of good together as allies.
Yes. It's weird that you keep focusing on, like, I'm good, you're good. Of course, we'd be on the side of good.
Of course, on the side of good.
He walks away. He gets over, and, like, as he gets over there, can the party roll me perception?
Here's a question that I should have been asking you during this whole.
I got a nat 20, fucker!
Nice. Are we in sunlight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Should Azra have been functionally kneecapped for all of those fights?
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Well, you already passed out for all of...
You were passed out? Oh, no, hey, you know what? That's the reason.
Sunlight sickness?
Yes, you had been pushing yourself past what you should have. You pushed yourself past your level, and because of that, for going 3, 4, 5 fights in sunlight without taking the detriment, it hit you all at once, and that's why you passed out.
Technically, this was all a memory anyway, so...
Azra's entire brain just shut down.
But, thanks for reminding me, you should make all future checks in this place.
That's unfortunate.
So...
I rolled a 13 and a 14 on that check.
The party would notice, I would say that, Sachi, roll performance.
Damn it.
Sachi's over there trying to teach Yael a jig, like, just trying to teach her.
Oh my god.
Well, Juniper got a nat 20, so...
Well, I was getting there. I was gonna state the lower thing first. So
you gotta climb your way up.
Yes, exactly. So Azra and Sachi, Souffle and Grey, no, Souffle and Eris don't know anything. But Azra and Sachi would notice that these two, the way you see them interact with each other, seem to be really good. Olanthius and Haruman seem to be like best friends. They seem to be like bros.
They're lovers.
And then on Juniper's nat 20, you just overhear them as Haruman comes back, Olanthius like gives him a punch in the shoulder, and he whispers, and you wouldn't have heard it except for such a high roll. He just whispers like, "What are you doing over there?" And then Haruman's like, "Nothing. I was just talking, just talking to these good holy people." And then he's like, sure you. And then since like it's a good-natured ribbing about talking to a girl, and like, like Olanthius is busting his balls.
Compulsive heterosexuality. I know the rituals are intricate. I know they are.
So...
I love how Juniper heard that whisper from across the thing, and I'm literally right here.
No, yeah, you were just too busy dancing that your 14 wasn't.
Shut up.
Yeah, so the nat 20 is me seeing their good-natured broness.
That like, I don't know.
Was he flirting with me?
That maybe Haruman might have been, and that Haruman is now mocking him for it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did Gray say something?
Yeah, I that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to tell Haruman she wanna fuck, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to tell him.
Full body shivers.
Does Eris send a mind message to Haruman?
Yeah, I was trying to, and then you said, "Oh, perception." I was like, "Okay, I'll do that first."
Oh yeah, no. If you want 100%, if you want to interact, feel free to interact.
Oh my
God. What do you say telepathically?
It's almost as if she wants to intertwine your souls together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Haruman just like his eyes go wide, and he's like, he says that loud. He's like, "Who's talking to me?"
This is God.
Azura just turns to Eris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Eris just nods at Azra. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was me.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
You trying to make Haruman flirt with me? That would be so fucking awkward.
That's what he did, bro. That's he kissed your hand.
I kind of thought that's where you were going because like I thought you were maybe like when you
What?
kept saying like we'll be intertwined and we'll have a future, and I thought maybe you were. I
What?
thought you were saying that Juniper might be into pure Harrowman.
What? No, she just knows that they're gonna have a future together, and that she's hoping that he'll remain pure of heart, and that she's saying that she hopes that she comes back to himself.
There are ways in which a future together is not romantic.
She knows his future, literally.
Plus, wait, didn't Jess say the words like future husband to somebody? Who were you talking to when you said that?
No.
No, one of you said something about like future husband. Maybe it was about something else. Oh, Gray said that.
I that they were gonna be married in the future or something.
Okay. So
Era said something about soulmates, and I was like, no.
Okay, yes. So I heard soulmates and I heard husband or wife, and I think I got my NP. I was like, who said that? Okay, cool. Doesn't matter. Like I said, they were just ribbing each other. Maybe he wasn't flirting. Maybe Olanthius is just fucking. Okay. So, any more questions or statements, or should I have the?
I think Azra is going to turn to Zariel, and say, Lady Zariel, if I might trouble you just a moment longer. I have heard troubling rumors amongst my people in regards to angels who have fallen to temptation and darkness in their services. Perhaps this is blasphemous even to say, but do you know of any way that such a poor soul might be redeemed, such that they can be taken again into the embrace of their God?
I think that some would consider it blasphemy, but I appreciate the theory of theocracy. I would say that it would depend on their trespasses. If they had, done things to other devils, or done things to evil creatures, then that wouldn't be a problem. If they had done minor things to mortals, I think that a certain amount could be excused by them being not themselves. But I think that no matter what, they'd have to go in front of a celestial tribunal.
But you believe that it would be possible for such a being to turn away from such a path?
Given enough holy light and acceptance and support, I don't know if it's ever happened, but I believe it could.
I think that belief is the most powerful force in such a situation.
You're talking to an angel.
Azra nods. Azra's also thinking about the fact that the Zariel of the present had trapped another celestial within the companion for God knows how long, so to speak.
Actually, I did look into something that you would know in character, so I thought it was an interesting tidbit. The year now is 1492. Columbus
sailed the ocean blue. Yep.
Yep. And so that's the only reason I remember the date in D&D.
Incredible.
Sorry. And Zari, these events that you're watching right here were all in the mid 1300s. So she has been down. She's fallen for 150 years.
Yeah, just over a century.
Well, in the grand scope of things, that's nothing for an angel.
Yeah, if she's been alive for like 5 million years or 5,000 years or whatever, like 150 isn't that
That's
bad.
just rambunctious teenage rebellion.
God. That's why she fell. She's a teenager.
Okay.
Here I thought angels didn't go through puberty.
You know, she fell into a cult. She got trapped for a little while. We're gonna redeem her. She's gonna go home.
To write a YA romance novel called Angels Don't Go Through Puberty. And
oh my god.
Done.
It's the sequel to Angels in the Outfield. And so
awesome. Angels on the Outer Rim. Got it.
Oh god. Ew. Sorry, what did you say, Shannon?
I don't like the idea of romance novel and puberty in the same sentence.
Well, no, because the idea is that they're 20-something, or they're like 3,000, but they never. Yeah,
hey,
but
I was gonna say puberty's real different most of the time.
No, you're right.
Real different age.
No, you're right. That's fair. What was I? Yeah. Okay.
I don't think Azra has anything else he wants to talk about with these people. I think he's kind of concerned now for how long they've been in this memory.
Yes.
And maybe I can make a check, Kyle, to think if there's any detail I missed or anything that could help us. But I can't. Joseph cannot think of anything that might help us.
Yeah.
Right now.
Juniper would really like some healing and or a long rest.
You could ask me how long you've been in the memory.
Yeah, Kasachi's been outside the tank. That's a good point.
This is actually... Sachi, come here if you would.
Come here, girl. Come here.
I'm waiting for Sachi's token to move.
1 second.
Snackies?
Why is... Oh, there's a fairy on top of Azra.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Azra's down here.
Uh-huh.
I don't see Azra.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Weird.
Azra's gonna whisper to Sachi. Sachi, do you know how long we have been down here? Specifically in... He wouldn't know yet. How long have you been on the Redeemer?
What?
The flying ship.
That's a question. It's been like 6 to 8. It was like probably 6 to 8 hours of you guys like going down into the scab. So
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So Sachi was there for a portion of that. So let's say like 4 hours without Sachi. But the timeline doesn't add up because you guys have been in these dreams, these memories, for hours, if not days.
Oh yeah.
And 100%, you guys would probably approximate that the last time you when you sent Sachi back to the ship, to the time you went through the door, that was 4 hours. So
I feel like Azra and Sachi have that back and forth.
Basically, no time has passed while you've been in the memory.
That is encouraging.
Yeah, it was long enough for me to get, I think I have the thing where I don't sleep.
Gray, Eris had wanted to ask questions. Eris, what do you, for the purposes of this, do you want to go one by one, or do you just want to send like a mass message? I'll just let you send a mass message if you want to ask like all 4 of them at once.
Probably a mass message. Like,
okay.
It's the same question to all of them. Like,
yeah. So you can RP the question, and I will RP their answers.
Oh, okay. So, hello, Hell Writers. This is my first TED Talk I've had. But hello. I just have.
They correct you instantly, and all 4 of them at the same time in unison, kind of creepily say, "Holy Riders."
Yeah, holy writers, I guess. What was my question? I'm sorry. Let me reread what I said, because I forgot. Oh, okay. Why do you follow Zariel? Or do you all worship Lathander, or are you all just following Zariel? Purely. Is she your deity, or is Lathander your god?
So Haruman would say, I would, it's a bit toward, yes, it's a Zariel-centric thing. I would follow Zariel anywhere. I do worship Lathander. But as she is like his avatar, I would follow her. Olanthius would say, it's good versus evil. It's all about defeating evil, and if Zariel is the way to do that, that's the path I shall take. Yael would say, "Oh, Lady Zariel saved my life, and so I've been journeying with her to try to learn more about the light and the goodness of the world." And Phoenix would just you hear in your head. I keep wanting to. I'm not gonna do that. He would just say, "I want to fight, and I want to fight, and fight evil, and fight. My goodness needs to fight their evil."
Okay, that was. Did she get that all at once, or did they say one by one? Like, was it a conglomeration?
I think it happened all at once, but it like you were able to piece it together.
Okay, that'd be so fucking funny if everyone just answers at once. That's, okay, and she's
Is
like,
Zariel the only angel, or are they all angels?
No, they are. These are all just mortals. They're clerics and paladins. She is the only angel.
Okay.
To answer the previous question, not the previous question, just state what JD was saying about how he thinks that he's done. Is everybody else good as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think at that.
Actually, if I may, I have one more question I want to ask.
Of who and what's the question?
Lady Zariel. I assume Zariel is holding her sword. She was using it before.
Oh yeah, it's fully in her hand right now.
We just lost Marcus.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, Marcus.
Okay. What is your question? What was your question, JD? You about the sword?
The question, because again, Zariel's holding her sword. She has it outstretched or whatever.
Yeah.
Lady Zariel, I have heard tales of the magic of your blade, but I know not of its origins. I am interested to hear of this artifact that you carry. Legendary weapon, perhaps? Very rare weapon by D&D standards, I don't know. He'd probably call it a relic, actually, because that's like the religious term.
Yes. 1 second.
So he's more interested to hear from Zariel, like, what the sword is, what it means to her, where it came from, that kind of thing.
Yes. Kyle.
He also definitely does not have his shield out. It is in the handy haversack.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
Super duper is not present, cannot be scryed on, is in a pocket dimension.
Yes. And they also would not sense it because it's in there. But
like, he saw the elephant and went, nope! None of that. Shut up, Gorgoth!
Let's see here. Oh, I will say the sword right now does constantly emit a faint humming sound as well as a strong glow. Let's see here. What is her?
It looks so cool when Azra wants it.
Answer. She would say, well, because I know Zariel, I think we had established, used to be a cleric of a different. She didn't work for Lathander. She worked.
She was a cleric of the god of luck, Tamora, right?
Tamora, yes.
Tamora.
Yes.
I remember details.
Thank you. She would say, well, you see, millennia ago, when I worshipped Tamora, I had a bit of bad luck, and she couldn't watch over me that day, and I passed, and Lathander saw fit to raise me as his avatar, and he took my murder weapon and imbued it with radiant and light, and so I could use it as judgment against those that are evil, unlike how it was used against me.
Interesting.
So you wield the sword that killed you?
Azra.
Well, you could almost argue I wield the sword that rebirthed me.
Azra is very concerned right now because the conclusion he's coming to, based on what we've read on the Sword of Black and what she just told him, is that this Zariel has nothing to do with the woman who was killed.
Yeah.
That she is just an avatar of the spirit of the sword, because it specifically told us whoever wields whoever wields the sword shall be no more. Is there a check that I can do to see if she is like an extension of the sword more than it is of her? And I might be thinking way too hard about this.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I like that. That's very good.
Well, what it means also is that if we can get the sword back in her hands, that might be all we need to do to redeem her.
Give me history, arcana, religion.
I'm gonna do religion. May I guidance myself for this?
Sure.
Can we all do this or no?
Yeah, you're listening to the conversation. If you think your character would have an inkling of this line of thought.
Fuck you, dice. It's such a good idea, and I rolled a nat 1. That's probably not correct. I'm sure it only acquired that incredibly strange and concerning property after. Sorry.
Anybody else? History, arcana, religion.
We have lost both Eris and.
Oh, Marcus did message me. His computer is froze and he's restarting it.
And Gray's dog unplugged her computer.
Oh wow.
I got on top of my computer and turned the power button off one time. She's that fat.
If they might want to make a roll when they come back, they totally could. I think a 15 would be good enough, but oh, I just saw Gordon. Not Gordon, Bakram. Okay. So it's a pretty good idea, JD. But on a 15, Juniper, that's not what's going on. It's more that the sword being with Zariel for millions of years basically has endowed it with this purification energy, where if you wield it and you're already like the best version of yourself, it wouldn't change you. But since all of us are tainted or dirty in our own way, even if it's something minor, it's going to purge that of you. Purge you of that. So yeah, it's more of a side effect of just being an angel's weapon for thousands of years. So yes, no, this is the same Zariel that worshipped Tamora and was a cleric and all that. It just Tamora wasn't the one who saved her, Lathander was.
Interesting.
Welcome back, Ray.
Your character died. Sorry, Gray.
Yeah, Eris. Turns out Harmon was evil the whole time, and
he's a CR-17 paladin. He went fucking crazy, killed all of us. It's fine.
He knew power word kill, and he just used it on all of you. He used it 6 times. I don't know how he had 6 9th level spells.
Really against birds, and just really didn't like you. Didn't like the look of your beak.
The cut of your jib.
Yeah.
Is that racism?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
It's bird racism specifically.
Speciesism.
I feel like Azra and Juniper like communicate via a set of glances towards each other to like get these ideas across.
Even better, does Azra still have Juniper's token?
Eris had my token.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I was about to say I don't think he does.
Okay. Okay.
I have a question. I'm so
She's
Yeah.
got to get
sorry.
it back
I'm so
eventually.
sorry, Kyle. What does the sword do? I'm so sorry.
You asked
I
verbally,
just
what does the
went
sword
over it.
do?
No, because you just went over it, but
What does the fox
like,
say?
my dog unplugged my PC.
Oh yeah, no,
so
we
I
didn't go over what
hear
the sword does. We went over Zariel's history with it, which is that
anything. Okay.
she didn't. What she was originally a priestess of Timora, and then she was murdered. And when she was brought back by Lathander to be his weapon, his envoy, his avatar, he chose a signature weapon for her, which was the blade that she was killed with. And so the Sword of Zariel is a radiant power sword that stabbed her and is now her weapon.
Okay.
Lathander gave her a new beginning, as it were.
Yes.
Her and the sword,
Okay.
apparently.
Mhm.
Equal opportunity employer.
That's all. Thank you. I appreciate it.
At that point, Zariel closes her eyes, and you hear her mutter. She says, "Yes, my lord. We'll go immediately." And then the statue here just turns into a portal. Just a portal opens where the statue was.
Juniper runs and jumps through it.
Juniper!
Okay. Let's see here. Zariel and the
I want to
four
see
Holy Riders,
Lavender!
they march towards the portal. They say their goodbyes. They're like Zariel will be like, "Farewell. We are headed below. Please keep this plane safe. But we shall return." You look through the portal, and that's fully Avernus, like they are going into hell.
So Juniper
And-
says, "We shall see you in the future. Keep goodness in your heart." And she winks at Haruman.
A couple other riders come from the north and join them. You see
Goodbye,
Phoenix look
Ponyta.
over and be like, "Well, about time you got here. To join us to ride to hell." So these main characters plus a bunch of NPCs ride through the portal. Right as they do, though, the Holy Riders freeze. Like time stops. Zariel looks back to the party. "Yinogu slaughtered those I swore to protect. I can stop him, and others like him. I might have to give up all I stand for, but I could stem the tide of chaos and save many lives from the demonic terrors of the abyss. Were you in my place, would you risk it all to save others?" She waits for a response.
Yes.
Juniper would say, "Sometimes we must take on the burden to save everyone."
She looks at each of you in turn. Out of character, the book says each party member should respond. And so...
We're still missing Marcus.
Yeah. I'll let Marcus 100%, but I don't know when he's coming back.
You know what Juniper's all about? She's all about that sacrifice.
Well, yeah, you said yours. I was more saying Gray and... I was more saying Eris and Sachi. So she looks at Eris and Sachi for a response from them.
Can you repeat the question one more time? I'm so
She
sorry. I heard
said-
it, but then I need to think about it again.
That's fine. I might have to give up all I stand for, but I could stem the tide of chaos and save many lives from the demonic terrors of the abyss. Were you in my place, would you risk it all to save others?
Truthfully, only if it were somebody I really cared about or I got something out of it.
I think Eris hesitates, but then she like hoots and says, and her hoot is like, yeah.
Okay.
We also just got Marcus back.
Hey, Marcus. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. Zariel and the Holy Riders are riding through a portal to go to hell. Zariel freezes time. So the Holy Riders are frozen, the town is frozen, but you and Zariel are unfrozen. And she said, Yinogu slaughtered those I swore to protect. I can stop him, and others like him. I might have to give up all I stand for, but I could stem the tide of chaos and save many lives from demonic terrors of the abyss. Were you in my place, would you risk it all to save others? And the party has already commented, but now she looks at Souffle.
I didn't hear the whole thing.
Oh. The question was, for Zariel, I might have to give up all I stand for, but I could stem the tide of chaos and save many lives from the abyss. Were you in my place, would you risk it all to save others? The idea is, would you risk? Would Souffle risk herself, who she is, what she's about, her life and her mind, her soul, to save others?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Okay. Then she moves her sword, and you guys feel magic hit you. Unfortunately, it hits everybody except for Sachi. So you guys, who said yes, you would risk it all, you get a Charm of Vitality, which I will look up. Then she waves it a second time. Sachi, you get a Charm of Restoration. So I will post what a Charm of Vitality and a Charm of Restoration is. Oh, I just typed the letter V.
Yeah.
There you go. So go to that. A Charm of Vitality. This charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of a Potion of Vitality as an action. And if you click on the link, it'll tell you what a Potion of Vitality does. When you drink this potion, you remove exhaustion, curses, disease, poison. You regain the maximum number of hit points on the hit die you spend. Yeah. So that's that one. So everybody who said yes, they would risk it all, you get that. And then the Charm of Restoration. I can't spell.
Holy shit, the Charm of Restoration is so good!
Lost it. There it is. 6 charges. You can use an action to spend some of the charges. Greater Restoration 4 charges, Restoration 2 charges. Once all its charges have been expended, the charm vanishes. So you could cast lesser 3 times, or lesser once, and then greater once. With that, time unfreeze. Oh, she then.
So basically, should we just put like a Potion of Vitality in our inventory then?
For you, a Potion of Vitality, yes, but for the Charm of Restoration, that's going to be more complicated. Sachi would just have to write down somewhere that she has that.
Okay.
Sachi, I can help you if you want put down a custom item in your inventory, and maybe even add charges to it.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Okay. And with that, the Holy Riders and Zariel ride through the portal. A flash of light happens, and you guys see what amounts to basically like flashbacks. You see like events unfold in front of you, which I will do in a second. Whoosh. We are not at the Sword of Zariel right now. Where we are is below that. You see panes of glass. So a picture book story style is unfolding in front of you. I'll just unveil the whole thing and I'll narrate it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like a story, Dad.
In the stained glass memory, you see Zariel and the Holy Riders arrive triumphantly in hell and fight devil and demon and win. But then the tide of the battle turns and they get overtaken one by one. as they're surrounded and overpowered. Zariel is captured, tortured, and over the course of time, she surrenders to Asmodeus, who convinces her that she could, if she took the deal, she can continue to fight evil in a way, as she would be fighting the demons, even if she couldn't fight devils. And she could hope to possibly keep devils in line to a certain extent. After that, Zariel got Haruman into the River Styx, got him out of there. Olanthius transformed into a Death Knight as Zariel killed him and brought him back. And then Zariel, Olanthius, and Haruman running Avernus together in the Blood War.
Golly.
I don't even want stained glass depictions.
Yeah. Ooh.
What'd you say?
I said I am in love with these stained glass depictions.
And with that, the last memory flashing, you all wake up lying down on the ground in the bleeding citadel with the ghost of Yael, Lulu, and the sword of Zariel.
Azra slowly gets to his feet. I think his body is maybe a little stiff after all that.
Say, how is
question.
our health and everything
I
right
was
now?
about to ask.
Now that you're back here, the citadel itself, the radiant warmth you feel, everybody feels a long rest.
Hell yeah.
Ah.
Fucking long rest, baby.
Woo!
Hoo-wee.
You feel Lathander's light
It
wash over you
hurts.
as you almost feel reborn in this moment.
Ew, my head hurt.
Azra looks up. Is Yael's ghost, you said, still with us?
Yes.
Azra's gonna turn to Yael and say, "You and yours have been through some terrible things."
Hi. We have. But hopefully there's some hope for the future.
There's always hope for the future.
Not as much for me since I'm dead and all that, but possibly the others.
There's
This
always
blade.
hope for redemption.
Okay, sorry, did you say something, G?
Yeah, Azra was gonna say, Yael, this blade, were we to place it again in Zariel's hands, do you believe that its power would override her current state? Or would she simply corrupt it, as she did Haruman and Olanthius?
The sword is but one piece in her restoration and her redemption. You would need to gather her allies and friends as part of the exercising of her greater devils. I think that you should look at it like this. A house that's protected by many means still needs the key in the lock.
Azra nods. And then looks back at the sword, knowing that someone is going to have to carry it out of here.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could Haruman pick up this sword?
Haruman cannot interact with objects. It's like in his thing. He's also not a person for the purposes of rules.
But I want him
I
to
will-
be redeemed in his little cute soul.
I will read you this narration, though, as you guys ponder the sword and the future. You stand before the dais, atop which glows the sword of Zariel. Also before you are Lulu and the ghostly warrior Yael. The Hollyphant is the first to speak. I remember everything now, guys! Idle Glen was the last straw. We followed Zariel to Avernus, but the evil there proved to be too much for us. Asmodeus appeared and promised Zariel infernal legions to finally end the Blood War. But she had to give the Lord of the Nine Hells her fealty. She accepted and became an archdevil, but not before Yael and I took her sword, hoping it could redeem Zariel someday. I gave up my magic and my memories. Yael gave her life. And Phoenix gave his soul in order to construct this place and protect the sword. Yael's ghost says, You have faced many trials. I'm sorry to say you face one more. As you already know, the inscription says, the hero who becomes one with this blade exists no longer. Which of you would be possibly brave enough to draw that blade? What were you gonna say about the soul?
No, you mentioned that it was Phoenix's soul that found this place. Is that what is causing the aura of, like, good that is preventing Avernus from taking it over?
It was a mixture of Lulu wiping out her... It was like a 3-part thing, because you needed, like, body, mind, and soul kind of a thing.
Gotcha, so it was just a full sacrifice.
It was Lulu's mind, it was Yael's body, and it was Phoenix's soul.
Where is Phoenix now?
Yael points to the sword. He's... What's left of him resides within the blade.
Okay, guys. What if we...
He looks over at Souffle.
What if we all grab the sword?
Then we all lose ourselves.
I don't know what you are proposing. I do not think that we will dilute the power of the sword in that way. Is that what you are suggesting?
Kind of. Like, if we... if... Okay, so, in character, we all know that picking up the sword is kind of a sort of a burden, right?
Yeah, and even she just said that, Yael just said whoever picks it up loses themselves.
So essentially, it is a death of the self.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Juniper...
Still be, out of character, you would still be the same race and class, and like still the same name and memories, but you would have a different personality, flaws, bonds, etc. Yeah.
Say, Juniper stands upright and she says, I think we know that this was meant for me. And she strides towards the sword.
Juniper! Wait.
You guys are all good people. I'm the only one who isn't.
Aaron! I'm just kidding.
Say, it does not matter
Juniper will also be like, I'm not a good person.
Say, Juniper says, it's not about who's good or bad. It's about the meaning and who's burden and who's willing to do it.
Juniper,
my life...
You have a family.
I do. A family who would understand. All my
Who
life...
still needs you.
I've lived my life for a mater. We have been taught to bear the burden for those that need it. I'm not saying this right, but...
No, Juniper, please.
I have
You
an
are young.
idea.
I'm young.
Oh, what else? I'm sorry?
Guys, we have to talk one at a time.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. It's fine, because I know some people can go on if they don't realize it. So here's what we'll do. right now Juniper and Azra are going back and forth, but Gray, if Eris wants to say something, just put a note in the chat and be like, Eris would like to say something next. So that way then we'll know that you have the next dim kind of a thing.
Although Eris can talk right now, like.
Yeah, 100%.
Now that we've paused.
Yes.
Okay.
But from now on, that's how I think we should do it, so we don't interrupt. But yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So. Oh. How are we doing this? Am I making a case?
Gray's interrupting right now, so Gray wants to say something.
Okay. So
yeah, because she's saying that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
That's okay. I don't know. Am I not supposed to make my case, or am I?
Not yet. It's like we're all kind of making our case piecemeal back and forth, and then yes, there will be a point to make like a final speech kind of a thing. Is how I would kind of argue it.
I'm more so just saying like I'm not because I understood what the case was already kinda for Juniper, and that's why I'm saying like if this sword is like has different mind, it gives you a different mind, how do you know that you're still gonna like love your family, specifically more so your brother who's half infernal, if it's gonna change your personality and your outlook and everything that you like? Because your brother is half infernal.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And this is Eris speaking. She would have altered self so that she could speak like a normal person. So let's get rid of that spell slot.
I think that part of being good is loving. I don't think that it's necessarily I would automatically hate something because it's different.
Well, it says that it's going to erase the person who wields the sword is no longer, so it's not going to be you anymore. It's going to be the thing that's in the sword, which is a different person, and you don't know what that person's ideology would be, basically. That's my understanding.
Going to be, to my knowledge, someone of pure good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you do your interpretation of pure good. It's going to be their interpretation of pure good. So for all you know, you're going to end up hating your brother and your family for having a baby in hell. I'm just saying, that's a possibility, Juniper.
I understand.
Yeah, so
and
that's a risk.
I love my family very much, but I also know that according to my God, we often have to take on burdens to save more than just ourselves, and it is not just my selfish wants that are most important. I need to think of what's good for everyone. My family can protect my brother. I can protect everyone else. And I can do it by doing this. It is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Sachi.
Sorry.
No, yeah, I agree.
I also interrupted Jess. I apologize.
Sachi looks really confused. Like she keeps looking at the sword.
Mm-hmm.
I spent my whole life running from the good guys and having to do what I needed to survive. That's my second chance.
Sachi,
I'm looking at an exit in the face.
I do not believe any of us would be changed more than you would by this blade. Yes, you would be leaving this life that you know, but I want you to understand the consequences mean that you would not be Sachi. I do not know what you.
I'm not really Sachi now. I already... I've already gotten one, not second chance. I died already.
Let me ask something of all of us here. Juniper, you mentioned that you believe this is a duty you need to undertake. Sachi, you believe that this is a path for redemption for you. I will admit that my desire for this blade is not wholly selfless. I have made sacrifices of myself that I regret. And I have lived a long life. I believe that I have the least to lose from this. Whereas all of you are young. You have lives ahead of you, and to live them in service of a god, while noble, can be a cruel fate for one who would otherwise choose their own. Gray wanted to chime in.
You have a point. no, wait, no, let me finish. Yeah, you're right. We all got our things. We're all young. We all need things. We have a life ahead of us. But I think Sachi and I both don't really have anywhere to go to after this. Like everyone else, like Azra, you have your princess. Jess, you have Juniper, you have a family. Me and Sachi don't really have anywhere. My family is all fucked up. My brother, he's already pretty messed up. Sachi doesn't really have anything to go to. She's pretty much alone. Not to shit on you, Sachi, but...
No, I mean, that's fair.
Like, we all have things to go back to. And it's not selfishness. It's that those people rely on us. And we'd be taking that away from them. I think Sachi would be a great contender, and I think I would like a reset button and maybe be a better example for my brother if I could do that. But I know that some people need it more than I would. And I don't want to stop them, because I know that they need to make peace with themselves in some way.
Jess, Juniper wanted to say something.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think this should be an option for running away. This should be something to look forward to. This should be something you want to do. This should be not an escape. You, Sachi, can still become whoever you want to. You can still make choices. You do not need to run. You don't have to do this to become someone else. You still have choices, and you can still become whoever you want to, not by escaping who you are and becoming someone else completely. This isn't an option to become someone else. This, I feel, is an option to get to serve a god because you want to. And I know that Azra's saying, oh, you're so young, you shouldn't have to be in service to a god. I'm already in service to a god. I want to do this. This is a calling. This is not something I would run from. This is something I would look forward to. This is something I would get to do. This isn't I'm running from my life. Sachi, I think you have so much that you could do with your life, and you have so much to look forward to, and you can be so much. Don't run away from who you are. Become something better. You have so much in you. You don't need to throw yourself away to start again. And I'm not giving up my life in service to a god. this is something I want to do. This is something I've always chosen to do. And Eris, your brother, already looks up to you and needs you. I think that you don't have to be with your parents. I think you and your brother can start a new family. And Azra, I think that you have your princess and your own support system. And we do have regrets in our life. And it's something that we have to live with and move on. But we shouldn't be making decisions because of regretting choices.
At that, yes. Souffle.
I would like to chime in on that really quick because she was talking to me.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Sorry, I didn't post the thing. I'm not, it's not running away for me. I'm just, the people I care about, I've hurt, and I'm tired of hurting people. I don't make good choices. I don't trust myself to. And some of us weren't as lucky or privileged to be able to make those choices.
Marcus, what do you want to say?
Oh god, I had something in mind. I just completely blanked. Oh my god.
Oh no.
This is embarrassing.
Here.
Part of me does want to, take the sword, but I have a they're not like related to me or anything, but I have family around here. But I wonder if all I've been doing was being selfish about everything. I left them behind to go adventuring, and I think myself. I sometimes think myself as a good person, but I'm laughing at what Kyle just said. But I have to do some underhanded things around here, like my work for Mad Maggie, and I'm wondering if I tried to take the Sora, would that be me really doing it out of selflessness, or is that me doing one more selfish thing?
Is that Bokram's turn now?
Yeah.
How is this gonna work?
I have been, well, first of all, when the second Wyatt said he wasn't going to be here, I messaged him and I'm like, hey, I think this is going to go down. Give me your thoughts and I will parlay. And then, and I literally said, what are your general thoughts? And if each person, if they want the sword, what would you say to them? And so he gave me like a sentence per character.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Wyatt thought ahead. I love that.
That's
fair. You thought ahead.
50-50, yes. And then during the session, I noticed that he had written a couple things in Discord. So as things were coming up, I've been texting him in secret, and he's been kind of updating on things. So I will be playing.
Kyle, you're amazing.
I've been typing in the chat as Bokram. I will be portraying Bokram, and so
absolutely incredible.
I was
so
like, how is he doing this at work? Jesus.
Bokram sits up and is like, "Whoo."
I thought he was just posting in your Twitch channel.
Yeah, no, it's
watching it there. That's fucking amazing.
I can post as a whole of you. I am omniscient.
Hey, you're God. You absolutely can do that.
Sachi, what? You have a crush on Juniper? Where'd that come from? No, I'm not. Okay, so Bakram does sit up. He rubs his forehead, brushes the hair out of his face, and he takes, well, because he brushes out of his mask.
You forgot to say you look angsty somehow through a mask.
Yeah. He takes the I was gonna say, he takes the mask like partially off. And he says, "You have all lost enough to this damned wasteland. Let a hand of the gods take this burden." He looks at each of you in turn. He looks at Azra. "You have your princess returned, and in need of a loyal soldier now more than ever. Do not leave her in a haze of doubt and fear now. As a brother paladin, I will not allow you to abandon your duty." He turns to Eris. "You still have living kin to think about. To abandon them when you are the last blood they have is unthinkable. I shan't allow it." To Juniper. "Ilmater has enough martyrs for his cause. He needs acting agents to actively aid those who suffer. The gods can't do everything themselves now, can they?" And he, gives you a nod. He looks at Sachi. "And why you? What are your crimes? What have you done that deserves redemption in death? Nothing less than the highest of crimes needs an act so extreme. Redemption comes through effort, not one brief moment."
Well, fuck.
And Bakram strides towards the sword.
And I say Juniper would definitely get in his way.
Eris is gonna cast Hold Person on Juniper.
Oh shit!
I will say, this could turn into PvP. It does not have to, but that is one option.
I don't mind.
Oh my god.
By the way, Bakram meant teeny, as in you need to raise him. You're his mother now, kind of, sort of, that kind of a thing.
Oh, that's why I said I don't have any children. Yeah, I guess I do. I'm not
Say, what kind of save is Hold Person?
It's a wisdom saving throw, and if I do it, I will make you have disadvantage.
Azra turns to Zora.
Jukes is like, "Maybe I want the sword too." No, I'm just kidding.
Jukes, do not! No, I think Azra steps
Fuck you, because I had a nat 20 and an 8.
Oh my god.
You fucker.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, and I do have, just so Marcus doesn't feel left out, I do have Wyatt typing something to Souffle right now. And so...
Nice!
Say, Juniper would just say, "Who are you to tell me who to follow my religion or not? Who are you to say who is a martyr and who is not?"
Are you talking to me?
I would be saying to Bakram, and I would
okay.
I would definitely also be, because I wouldn't know you would be doing this spell until I went to go do that.
Until the save, yeah.
I mean, I definitely would be pissed off at you, but I wouldn't know
also,
it
sorry,
until
real
it
quick,
happened.
did I hear Azra say that you're stepping down? That you're
Azra is stepping down.
Okay.
You turned off his aura, you bitch.
I did turn off my aura. I think the problem with the arguments that Azra had heard so far is that he thinks that everyone else here has something to go back to, has a life they can salvage. Azra, his soul is forfeit. Azra has nothing to go back to. And when he dies, he is going to be tortured by Gorgoth forever.
You say tortured, I say watch reruns of sitcoms.
That is torture! That is torture! But the fact that Bakram is there, Bakram is I think the only person who Azra would cede this blade to, because Bakram doesn't have anything else. This is what Bakram does.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a little sibling. He doesn't have a community back in Elturel that he can go back to.
He's just got 3 angel best friends.
who would think this is the coolest shit they've ever heard of.
On that note, I actually have Bakram would turn to Souffle and be like, not to leave you out. You have no obligations to this crusade, Faye. You all are so quick to jump on a single act as if that is all it takes, as if utter obliteration of oneself is such an easy matter. Stand down. I say the same to you as I do to the Kitsune.
It started to get a little personal. I need to there's a whole person in him too. Like, ooh, damn, that's too much.
Sachi pouts and all of her tails just like droop. But she also stands down because fuck, he's right.
I'm gonna say, as this happens, I would definitely say to Eris, how dare you take this decision away from me, Eris? Let me go.
Do you do something in retribution? Like, do you strike
I literally can't. She has me in hold person. I literally can't move.
Yes, 8. You got an 8. I'm sorry. Yes, you failed.
I literally can't.
You can't. Yeah. Gray, do you say anything to that?
Eris is just like giggling.
I will say out of character, because I know JD has made this point about Bakram, and I will say that's a good point, but out of character, Bakram would also be the least changed, and so, like, RP-wise, it would be the least fun. Like, so...
Very much the least interesting, right?
And I say Juniper would just cry as she watched Bakram take that sword.
Well, no, because the thing is, I know Eris, and Azra's the only one who's bowed out, so Eris, Sachi, and Souffle still have...
Sachi said she bowed out as well.
Sachi bowed out too, okay, so it is just
If
Eris...
I'm not wrong, Shannon.
I don't know if it's like... I don't know if it's fully bowed out, but she's disheartened.
Okay.
Oh, I had assumed because Eris had done that she was standing back and...
Oh, no, I thought Eris was holding you so Eris could take it.
No, I was holding her so she didn't do it.
Oh, just so she didn't take it. Okay.
But now I think I want to Avada Kedavra Bakram. Like, I don't know. Like, it's
Oh,
still
shit.
confusing. Oh, I'm kidding.
Hey, if you want to try to
You
knock
could probably disintegrate Bakram right now.
Yeah, I probably could. Not gonna lie.
let me get Bakram's character sheet open.
Disintegrate is not a concentration spell.
That's right.
I didn't say, because if Bakram's gotta go against her, then there's gonna be some concentration rolls. There's gotta be some way for me to get out of this hold person.
Oh my god, this totally turns into like just like the last battle in Harry Potter where like Bakram and Eris are just casting
Because I
spells.
assume that if we're gonna be rolling, you know, if we're gonna be rolling,
Wait.
you know, turns or whatever, then you gotta tell me how I get out of this and all that stuff.
And just so you guys know, I also messaged Dalton just to be like, hey, Helen doesn't want the sword, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so just...
Incredible.
So Helen is also sitting in the corner, like, just chilling with Jukes. Like, Helen is also...
Gray had a question for you, Kyle.
Yeah.
What's up, Gray?
You're playing Bakram, yeah?
Yes.
Choose heads or tails.
I'm consulting him when need be, but for intents and purposes, yes.
Okay, choose heads or tails real quick, please.
Heads or tails?
Yeah.
Heads.
Okay.
Because tails is the devil and heads is radiance.
Hey, tails are not the devil.
Yeah.
I have 5 of them.
You're a literal demon fox.
I'm not a devil fox. You said tails were the devil.
Sorry, tails are evil is what I should have said.
Also not evil.
I asked because as a true chaotic neutral, I have decisions based off of coin flips because
Jesus Christ.
I make decisions based off of coin flips, and got tails, and tails is I try to get the sword, and heads is leave it alone. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Is Eris going for the sword?
What'd you get when you flipped?
Yeah. I got tails.
Okay.
I want to do it.
Well, then we should be rolling initiative.
Yeah.
And you gotta tell me what I have to do in order to get out of this.
I was just gonna say that.
Because I thought that you were just doing hold person because you were gonna let Bakram get it. So
we can retcon that if you want.
Well, I mean, the fail still would, like, no matter what Jess thought, the 22 and the 8 would still fail. You know what I mean?
Would Jess have done something different had she known that I was going to try?
Jess, do you have resistance or counterspell or anything you could have done? I don't think so, right? I don't think it would have changed anything with your motivation. Knowing the motivation, I mean.
Well, no, but, like, if we were going turn-based, subsequently each turn I would have had something to get out of it.
How often do you get? It means your turns. Okay, so we'll say that you can do one save right now before we enter initiative. So please give me a wisdom save.
Good lord.
People who want to back Eris. People that want to back Bakram, back Bakram. I think that's what we're dividing into two camps.
No, except that Juniper broke out.
Juniper broke out, so now it's a three-way thing. So people support who you want to support, because Juniper also wants that sword.
Jesus
and so,
Christ.
if the party can, Yael and Lulu go and sit with Jukes and Helen.
Okay.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes, please roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag my person right here just so I can do it easily.
Let me delete all the old ones.
Fun. How exciting.
Wait. Before y'all get, like, super heated about this.
A bit late for that.
Important point, I feel like they said earlier, and sometimes I pay attention.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Carrying the sword.
Oh!
To someone else. Because the point of it is to give the sword to Zariel.
Yes, but the change is permanent even after you give up the sword.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
I have a question for Kyle.
Yael's like, no take backsies.
Yael says, the change is permanent though, lassie.
Uh-oh, what did I miss?
While you were gone, Eris cast Hold Person on Juniper. Bakram. Oh, wait, were you here when I gave the souffle speech from Bakram?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, cool. And then, basically, since Eris and Juniper are, like, basically arguing about it, now Bakram has said he wants it too. So Azra has stepped down from wanting it. Sachi has stepped down from wanting it.
I'm still halfway in.
Sachi's halfway in.
Yeah.
Dukes and Helen don't care. And so we're rolling initiative because at least Eris, Juniper, and Bakram want to fight over it.
Wait, Yael's there. So we can literally just ask. It doesn't erase our entire personalities, just the parts that aren't good.
No, you would still have your memories and your name, your race, your abilities, but you'd gain some new abilities and you'd be physically altered a little bit, and then your personality would drastically change.
When you say physically altered, will I get a dick? Or will what's gonna happen?
So I can tell you guys some stuff that Yael would know, because she would know about the sword. So let me open up the sword description in the book.
I like how the first question you asked was, do you get a dick?
I'm asking because it has a guy's soul in it, and I don't know if it's like...
No.
Okay, for sure.
She would say, on that point about the guy's soul, she'd be like, oh, have you heard of sentient magical items or magical weapons before?
Yeah, Azra has one. Yeah.
Oh, maybe just a little bit, yes.
It's like that. Phoenix is in there, but Phoenix isn't the personality you'd be overwiped with. Phoenix would just be your friend who lives in the sword.
He's just a little dude in the sword who talks to you. I love that.
Phoenix is the sword, but he's not the one that's overwriting you.
He's not Phoenix, right?
Functionally, I don't want to tell you everything, so I'll take the mystery out of it, but I'll tell you some stuff. You are transformed, your physical transformation, for example, you are transformed into a heavenly, idealized, perfect version of yourself, blessed with otherworldly beauty and a touch of heaven. So basically, you become what you want to be physically. So, like, if you ever thought, oh, I wish my nose was different, or, oh, I wish I had blonde hair instead of brown hair, and so, like, you physically become the best version of you in terms of your physicality. You're the strongest you want to be, you are the tallest you want to be, etc. I can't tell you what they are, but basically there's, you know how on D&D Beyond when you create a character, you have the option of rolling on those tables for personality, bond, and flaw?
Mm-hmm.
You are forced to roll those. So it's like, you get new personality that overwrites your personality, you get new ideals, new bonds, and new flaws that overwrite what you currently have.
But would they have flaws because they're all good?
The flaws are like, I'll give you one example. I offer forgiveness too easily.
Okay.
So like it's a flaw that's also a good thing. You know
well,
what I mean?
even so, that just invites betrayal. So like, the idea of being a force of good does not make you flawless.
Yes. Now, if these things don't override something you already have, I guess you could say you keep that. So, but if something here contradicts something about you, your version would go away. So.
So great. There's no sense looking for a new token if we're not sure who's going to get it yet.
I mean, that's a good point. I will tell you, I will be asking you for a new token, whoever does get the sword, because you will have to find, like, a hotter owl or a hotter elf. And so...
He kind of did that with the demon arc, honestly.
That's a good point. Sachi doesn't need... she doesn't need a third form. And so...
This isn't even her final form!
This is, like, I guess it's not necessarily like a dream form for her, it's just her adult self, but for her adult self is her dream form.
See? That's a good point, yeah. Okay, so...
I didn't change it all.
So yes.
I am sorry, Kyle, but you're gonna have to apparently play Balkrim as he races Juniper for this sword.
I think...
However, he has a 1-round head start.
Yes. I don't think it's a I have a question. Is it a race? Because we can do that. Or is it just a matter of knocking your opponents out so you're the only one left to get the sword?
It would depend on that person's. You have to tell us how far away it is from each of us, and it's going to be up to that person if we decide to fight our peers or if we're just going to try to race for it.
So let's put all the non-combatants on the right side. All the combatants will go on the far left side.
Well, you're going to have to literally put... If you do that, I'm not going to be able to see.
See what?
Where stuff is, because of where the initiative counter is for me. You're gonna have to put like where the sword physically is.
The sword is physically
move the initiative counter.
Yeah, you can move the initiative counter. You can drag it around.
I know I can.
Let's say you have to make it to this top middle. This will be like the handle, this part here.
Okay, can you put an actual marker there?
Sure. Let's say 10 feet per square. Wait, is that wait, 10?
Why?
Let me see.
I don't know where my token.
Why does it matter?
Because if it's going to be a race and you guys are running past each other, whoever has the longest speed just gets there first. I just want to see how long that would be.
So what's the difference between being 5 feet and 10 feet?
Because if I make it 10 feet, it makes it 120 feet away. If I make it 5 feet, it's only 60 feet away.
She casts invisibility.
So I'm going to go with 100.
Oh my god.
We're going to go with 10-foot squares. It's 120 feet up there. You don't have to fly. Pretend like you're running across the floor. This is the middle of the room. You know what I mean? Kind of, sort of. Okay.
I am too old for any of this.
Sachi.
So if that's the thing, if you're saying it's 120, why not just go 120 like this and it just be 5 feet and we're racing to the other side?
Oh, I guess because I just wanted it to be like.
Why?
You have to get to the actual Sword of Zariel because I thought it was cooler than
we just have to race over to what her
oh my
name
god.
is.
Well, no, because that also just makes it so it's a 2D thing, and I wanted it to feel like you could move around the map, and that made it feel cooler for me.
Kyle.
But, yeah.
I cast some things.
Oh, okay. Who are you casting them on?
Sachi, we're entering initiative counter.
We are
you
entering
have
initiative.
to wait for your turn to cast.
Oh, I don't have a thingy.
You have to roll initiative, and then you can do those on your turn.
I don't have a thingy.
You can pull it out.
You can go into the little information tab on Roll20 and pull and drag on your name to pull your own token out, Shannon.
Oh. That's not the right token, but that's fine.
Yeah. This is you. Where is... Oh, I'm me, so I'm going to change that. Cool. You
will need to add Sachi's turn to the order, Kyle, because Shannon didn't click her token.
Gotcha.
I did click my token, it just didn't take.
Let's see, who else do I need? Eris is already here. Helen is sitting on the sidelines.
You need Bakram too.
I put Bakram on the left.
In the counter?
Oh, no, I haven't run initiative yet. Not yet. Juniper's already here, Sachi, and then Souffle.
But if each...
All right. What?
I say if you... I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I just thought it was more like narrative to have to go towards the sword. That was all.
Can you make a square where you want us to go, please?
Yeah. I'm gonna put... Come on, where is it? Slobber Chops is there.
Yes, my boy.
Alrighty. That's what the room looks like.
Why did you take that away?
Take one away.
The initiative.
I didn't. Where'd it go?
You took it away.
Disappear.
I must have clicked it closed by accident. My bad.
It's on the left side for me. I still see it.
Oh,
No,
it just came up.
it wasn't there. It's back now.
Oh,
that was weird. Alright, let me get Ackerman here. I better text Wyatt and see if he would fight you.
I personally feel like he would. Like, he'd, like, smack the shit out of all of us.
Sachi, since you are technically in it, kind of, do you want to be on this side, or are you, when you plan to cast those spells, are you casting them on one of the combatants and you are sitting on the sidelines?
No, I'm casting Dimension Door on myself.
Okay, I'm going to put you over here with the rest of them then. Actually, just to make it more fair, because right now I think you would be technically closer, so let's put you all as far down in the corner. There we go. I guess the only downside there is technically Bakram and Juniper are one square closer than... Yeah, but... Okay. Eris and Sachi can fly, so it's fine. And so... Alright, we got... Let me roll for Bakram.
Well, technically, Bakram would have been one round further than all of us anyways.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because he started walking towards it first.
Yeah.
We could say that, I guess in my head, he turned around to talk to you, so he's, like, stopped walking, but, yeah. I guess you're right, that Juniper and Bakram would be one square ahead. That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Bakram got really bad, so that's fine. Souffle, if you want to do anything to help or hinder, you can also be in the initiative, unless you plan to literally just watch. You don't have to, but what do you think, Marcus?
Part of me kind of just wants to recuse myself from this.
All right.
I just kind of don't want to see y'all fighting.
Okay. With that means that we have we have 4 combatants with Azra just kind of weighing in from the side. Eris, you are first to go in a race to Slobber Chops. It's not a literal race. It's like you could fight and not race, because I think some of you just dashed, you'd be able to go 80 feet in a round or whatever. So it's
Yes, it is a race. I will win. Okay. Fun times, guys. I'm gonna get the sword, because I'm doing something. Hey, y'all. Oh.
Nat 1.
How do you have a 9th level spell slot?
Because I have the spell book that you gave to me.
Oh, you're using the party's spell book that the party did canonically give you. That is 100%
Here's
fair.
a question. Did I not see Time Stop appear earlier in the chat during the last session as well?
It was redacted.
Yeah, because she cast it and then didn't realize what it did because she was trying to use it to help the party and realized that she couldn't heal and things like that during the time stop. So I said she could take it back.
Yeah.
So now that she's fully mastered time stop due to that, I let her time travel on the time stop. And so... but, yes, that is fucked up. So... Eris has 2 free rounds as everybody else is frozen.
I think Azra sees her pull the book out and yells, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I will say people can counterspell time stop. So if Souffle Azra or any of the combatants want to use counterspell.
She's 100 feet from us. We cannot.
And I was gonna use meta magic too, if that was okay.
That's a good point. You aren't actually 120 feet away from each other, so let's fix that. Let me fix that.
It's also, I mean, I don't have counterspell Souffle Might though, but I'm gonna say
I do have
even if we counterspell it, the scroll is still wasted.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
So
was gonna
either
say
way, the
I
scroll
was
is
also
What you
going,
guys like there?
I was going to do meta magic.
What's meta magic do?
We looked this up last time. I can.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
And I was gonna do subtle spell.
So no, I don't think you could use subtle spell on a scroll. You couldn't.
Can I?
For the purposes of this, you literally have to tear the page out of the book. So I don't know how you would. You can't. You know what I mean? So it's like, what subtle spell does is it takes away your verbal and somatic component. You still have to pull it out of the book, and I think that's pretty noticeable. I could have. What I could do is you could use subtle spell, and I could have the party roll perception to see if they notice you tear the page out. But yeah, the subtle spell doesn't make the act of tearing the page go away.
Oh, I guess it would be the spell itself. Like me not saying anything verbal would be the thing that makes it. If I was trying to be stealthy, I don't think I would.
Sorcerer is going to get a magic sword.
She is technically a blood hunter too, so she can wield it.
Yeah, sure can. I might just start becoming a blood
Okay,
hunter.
so question then. Souffle. I don't think Bachram would have counterspell. I don't think paladins can get counterspell. I'll check though. But Souffle, and I guess I'll check Jukes too. Would Souffle want to cast counterspell, seeing Eris tear a page out of the spellbook?
I was gonna say we have chosen not to interfere.
No. I 100% told. You were probably gone for this, JD. I said that the 5 of you were not in the battle for it, but you could choose to. If you guys wanted Bachram to get it, you could help Bachram and hurt the others. If you wanted Eris to get it, you could help Eris and hurt the others.
Fair. Azra has full decided to bow out of things.
Yeah.
If they want to fight over it, then by all means.
So would Souffle use counterspell, or would Souffle also not?
Souffle kind of just hates to see them fighting, and she doesn't really want to add to it.
Okay. Bachram does not. I would highly doubt Jukes would. I would think no. Jukes does not. Okay. Then yes. Eris, time stops. Eris, you have 2 turns where everyone is frozen. Question. 2 turns in a row. Does that count the current one?
I'm not too sure. I check this spell thingy.
Because you can't roll a d4, which would be a 0 plus 1. So I would think that you can't roll that. So you're always going to get a minimum of 2 on time stop. So for me, that I feel like that means 1 is the current turn and 2 is the second turn. Does anybody else have the counter argument for that? I can always Google it and see what the internet says, if anybody knows.
Here's my thought, is that you fully stop time, so I would imagine you stop time during your turn. So, like, you essentially start a new initiative count in the middle of your current turn. So, like, when that ended, she would still have her move from that turn in which she cast time stop.
But would she also get her action back?
That's what I would say, because essentially she's starting a new turn mid-turn.
Okay, so yes, this turn counts, but you do have your full action, bonus action movement for this turn, and then you get 1 after that. Yes.
So, I get 2 actions? 1.
You get 2 actions, 2 bonus actions, and two movements. Yes.
Okay, for sure. Then, my action is gonna be, does it, I cast another spell, it's gonna it's gonna,
Only if the spell affects other creatures.
okay. Then I'm gonna cast, what's it called? Haste on myself.
Fucking A!
Jeez.
Yeah.
Meaning now you get 3 more actions.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna,
I think Eris wins. I think...
I'm gonna zoom. Yeah.
Welcome to Rocket Tag. The sword is it.
Well, here's a question, though. I guess this is kind of metagamey. But would Eris in universe? Well, I guess it's metagaming for me to think about it, but I guess it's still in universe. Would Eris in universe use a 9th level spell in order to stop the party, in order to get a sword? Because the whole point of the sword is to redeem yourself and prove you're not selfish. But you're using the powerful you're using the most powerful, one of the most powerful spells we have that we were saving like to use for a rainy day, and you're using it against the part. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like if you're trying to turn a new page, it's a bad way to turn a new page. And so, but
I would think that it's like I'm not a great person, and this is the only thing to get me out of it.
Okay, that's fair.
I wish I could move people, because not gonna lie, if it wasn't like if I could move people, I probably would.
Yeah, I get your point. It's like the new day starts tomorrow, so like you might as well do whatever it takes to get to that new day.
Santa Claus isn't looking for the 6 days between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
I wish you said that earlier, Kyle. I really do. Not shit on you. It's just.
It didn't occur to me until I'm like, because I was typing to Wyatt. I'm like, Eris just used time stop, and I'm like, wait, Eris just used time. Like I hadn't thought about it.
That's so unfortunate.
Because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this is selfish, but I already did it, and I don't want to.
Well, no, here's the thing. You could use the spell and then apologize to the group and then not take the sword.
Yeah, you're right. I think Eris. You know what? You're right. I'm a redact. I'm a haste, but I'm a go up here and just wait, sit by the sword.
And then sit by the stone and wait for your 2 turns to go. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be like, she's just gonna be like,
only like a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait 12 seconds, and then.
I think I'm gonna I might give him a chance to do something.
Now, yes, we go around 2 full rotations, and then it is Sachi's turn. Sachi, you see Eris is right next to the sword, but has not grabbed it.
She's just gonna demon door herself there and grab it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, God.
She will actually.
Eris didn't know that. And then also, Eris, you were using the party's mechanics to do that. Sachi's using her own mechanics, so that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, it's not a scroll that the party gave Sachi that she's using the dimension door.
Nope. That's just
well,
my
Juniper
own
was probably gonna
badass.
use Araman, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Juniper can use Harmon to teleport. Exactly. We all have something like that.
I wasn't gonna do that because I would have had to take 2 turns to do that.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so Sachi. I will say, you get up there. Use it. What's Dimension Door's thing? Is it an action?
It is a 1 action casting time.
Okay. As you get towards the sword, you reach your hand out, and well, I guess question, Sachi, are you reaching for the sword, or are you trying to stop others from getting it, or are you yourself reaching for it?
No, Sachi is actually going to turn around back at the others and say, "You're right. I was looking at this sword as an out, as a way to redeem my actions. But hearing what all of you were saying, you do all have people to care about and love you, and taking this sword and choosing to do something right and saving you all from having to make that sacrifice, that feels like the right action. It feels like the first time I've ever done something right." And she's gonna grab the sword.
So, the second you go to put your hand on the sword, you find that you can't. Out of character, I'll tell you, it's because it takes a full action to touch the sword. And so you already used your action this turn, therefore you don't have it. Rest of the party, you don't know that. So you see Sachi reach towards it, and you see that like she can't quite grasp it. So you don't know.
So she's like pushing through some field that surrounds the blade.
Yes. But the rest of the party doesn't know the why of why she hasn't grasped it yet. But that is Sachi's turn. Juniper.
And I made a big speech.
Yes, I apologize.
That's fine. The speech still happened.
Yeah, the speech still happened. It's just like it takes you 6 seconds for your hand to phase through, kind of a thing.
They can think about that all they want. I'm just here.
Jess.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay.
So this
turn
is
to the
if
review.
I dash and hmm. Hmm. And then if I use this, I could get here
What's this?
a Misty Step.
Okay. So that's a bonus action and your action.
I know. Thank you.
I'm
I
just-
know how to
I'm
do
just
things.
here-
You don't have
I'm
to
just-
narrate what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Thank you very much. I'm still nowhere near close. Unless... Hmm.
She's on the boy. Oh, I love that. I love Saber Chops to this day.
This hurts me so much, and you know why? Because if I action surged, I could... If I action surge, I can't take more movement, can I?
You don't get more movement or more. You just get an action. You could use that action to dash, but then you would also be up there without... The thing is, in character, you don't know it takes an action to grasp the sword. So you could also... And you could assume that maybe Bakram or Eris might do something else, but you could use your action surge to get up there with her. And then you'd at least be equal, also trying to get the sword. I'm gonna give you guys a Voltron. Give you guys a like a Power Ranger Zord. I'll be the foot. I'll get the arm. I'll be the chest. You know.
I love that. That would be great, actually. And we're all
Just give us some Power Ranger Zords. Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I will a fucking dash up here. Go to take it.
I'm gonna have you guys occupy Slobber Chops' square together, showing that you're both reaching for the blade. All right. Azra, do you do anything to alter the battle in any way, shape, or form?
Azra just looks at this that's going on and says, "They both could have made choices to live good lives. But no, they wished
I would
for
say,
all
I was like, this is my calling.
Oh no, he's not talking about you. He's talking about Eris.
I know,
and
but if
Sachi.
this is my turn, I'm like, this is my calling. I've lived my life to follow the gods. Please let me do this.
Azra is not taking any actions now.
Okay.
He's looking over at Balkram and saying, "It looks like you have lost this battle, my friend."
Bakram hasn't had to go yet, so he might be able to do some shit. I actually don't know. JD, if you want to take a look at Bakram's character sheet with me,
I'm on it, Capitan.
Thing is unless they let her, Juniper's not gonna get it. It makes me so sad.
well, like I said, if another character stops Sachi, you could get it. You know what I mean? But
Or
that's what it would
Eris.
take, basically. Like Eris, for example, if Eris has already said she's not taking it, Eris could either help you or help Sachi. But
I don't want to help either of them. That's
I mean,
the
that's
thing.
fine. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying
No,
you could.
but that's why Eris is like, I should take it because I don't want either of them to happen to them. That's the whole dilemma in Eris's mind. Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that increases his movement.
Uh-huh. And his movement is 30 feet, so the most he could do if he dashed would be 60.
He doesn't have an ability to get extra actions like Juniper does.
What's his angel thing do? Doesn't he have, like, wings? Or is he not?
No, it doesn't actually give him a fly speed, it just causes him to deal damage to everything around him.
I see.
His charger feat does not increase his speed. He has no spells that
Oh, I should have.
What about-
something?
He has, like, doesn't he, does he have, like, commanding presence or something? It's like a paladin thing, right? Or, like,
You know what's hilarious is he has the command spell.
yeah.
He also has hold person. So he could like command as a 4th level spell on Juniper, Sachi, and Eris to flee to run away from the sword.
Yeah. I was also looking at Conquering Presence. As an action, force chosen creatures within 30 feet to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, here's the problem. They're way too far away for all of that.
Oh, well, he could move 30 feet, and then would he be within 30 feet?
No, because command is a 60-foot range. You'd have to dash to get within 60 feet.
Oh, everybody was counting the squares as 10, right? We agreed on that?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Because the full distance is 120. So Juniper had to move, bonus action, Misty Step, action dash, action surge dash to get there.
Yeah. Whereas Bakram would... Oh, yeah, I see your point. Okay, so that
was just a whole person.
Yes.
He doesn't have Misty Step or any of that shit, so he would have to just walk.
Oh, you know who could just intervene in all of this, too? Jukes could just mind control all of you.
Astra's gonna punch Jukes if he tries that. Leave them to this.
But I do like your command idea.
You know, if I wanted to be dirty, I could have dissonant whispered people away from the sword, but I didn't want to PvP people around me.
Yeah.
To get within 60 feet, he has to dash.
Yeah.
And none of these are bonus actions.
Yeah. Okay.
Bakram is the only person who cannot get there this turn.
Yeah.
And character-wise, I still think he is maybe the most appropriate character to pull it.
He casts Destroy Undead. It turns out you're all secretly zombies. And...
Fuck!
Sachi is. Yeah, Sachi's is.
Sachi is undead.
Destroy Undead is also a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, everything is short, and he can't do anything.
Paladins are melee classes. I don't know what you want.
Oh wait, Charger. Does that let him move extra? No.
I already checked that. It does not.
Okay. Bakram looks at Eris and goes, "Throw me your time stop spell."
She already used that. It's not on your spell list anyway. You can't use that scroll.
Bakram moves the last 30. He dashes for 30 feet. He then kneels down. He takes his sword. He slams it into a crack in the rocks. And he looks at Sachi and Juniper. He goes, "You can take it, but I still think I should be the one to do it." He's gonna just roll persuasion. You guys don't have to let it work.
They're full characters.
No, that's why I said you don't have to let it work, but it could affect the RP. That's all I meant. I didn't mean it would command them. But RP wise, he's going to, and so you can RP back. That's all. So if Sachi and Juniper could roll an insight, it's not gold. It doesn't make you do anything. It's just for RP. So his persuasion...
She's not paying attention whatsoever.
His persuasion is a 16. On a nat 1, it could just go right over your head, and you don't even really, he doesn't hit you. On a 7, you hear it. What's your response, Sachi? You're still free to take the sword. You can have a verbal response.
Sachi's response would be, I want to say the fact that you making that offer is why I'm doing it instead. You're a better person than I am. You don't deserve to lose yourself.
With that, Bakram ends his turn. Eris, you get the sense that Sachi's going to get it on Sachi's next turn. If you want to allow that, you can. If you want to intervene in some way for Juniper or neither of them, does Eris do anything?
I flipped another coin, guys.
Okay.
I know. No. I do it a lot. I'm not happy about it, but I did it, and I've been doing this throughout the campaign. I just never told anyone. Because I thought it was stupid, but I think it's hilarious.
No, I love it.
It's good, yeah.
And she coin flip was like, does Eris want anyone to really lose themselves?
Gray, you're breaking up.
Yeah, it's very funny. But that's not what I was. Okay. Basically, she doesn't want to see anyone really lose themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. seeing them fight is kind of funny, but she's not gonna let it happen. So
Okay.
she has haste on her
Yes.
still, so she's probably just gonna go up and grab the sword before them.
Oh, because you get 2 actions because of haste.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you actually don't even technically need it because you could just move, and then because you still have your action, it's a whole action to take the sword. So you don't have to wait. You don't even need your second action, really.
Can I ask something, like, metagame-wise right now?
Okay.
Is any player going to be upset if
Oh.
this sword is not part of your character?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because this has been a pretty significant thing for the past hour of gameplay.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that no one's walking away from this upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
I know for me, I didn't know that the sword was going to be a thing.
Uh-huh.
I think, for me, it makes a lot of sense to incorporate it into Sachi's character. I don't think necessarily not getting it would be an issue. I think even the act of her trying to take on the sacrifice would be enough.
It shows real change.
Yeah, I'm milking that chaotic good change that I didn't get health bonuses for all I can.
Okay.
I'm proving it.
Jess, would you be upset about the lack of Juniper being able to go in that direction?
I know it's a game, so no sweat off my brow. I think Juniper will be upset, but I think Jess will be fine.
Okay. Gray.
I'm not gonna get upset about it. I'm more so just.
Well, because you're gonna get it, you bitch.
Well, yeah, but then again, you're talking to the person who controls the.
I did have a thought before anybody finalizes the taking. I had a thought, and it would be we could do a vote with the whole party, everybody who's here. I would try to message Bachman if he can get to us. You can't vote for yourself. So if you happen to get the most votes, you still get the sword, but you can't vote for yourself. And then whoever has the most votes, if the party.
I think we're already past that, Kyle.
Okay, I didn't know if in this moment the party could be reasoned with in universe, if the characters, could be.
Well, no, because at this point, Eris is already pretty much gonna take it. She's
that would be my point. Is the 3 of you are all reaching for it? Eris is about to get it. I thought.
Well, she's at the point where she's already gonna get it, so it's not.
Okay.
I think a vote otherwise would have to have been done before we had this big competition for it.
That's fair. Okay.
I say she's
I was thinking
gotten
of the
it
vote
fair
as
and square.
Emergency ripcord from the combat.
Right.
So...
I think we've all made a choice not to make it a combat. It's been a race.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't hurt anybody.
Yeah, we've all made the choice where we didn't want to hurt each other. We've all made that choice.
On female combat in this game.
Yeah.
Malcolm says, Wyatt says he will be very upset and he will quit the game. No, I'm just kidding. No,
That's so funny.
Okay. I think with that then, Eris, you get to the sword. You use your action to grasp the blade. All right, let me tell you what happens. You pull the sword from the stone. You attune to it immediately. So it does require attunement, but it happens immediately. It does not take a short or long rest or anything like that. Let me find the thing. When everything's said and done, I can send you the stat block, but I do want to unveil it, So, it is a long sword. Eris, you are now lawful good. As I said before, you are transformed into a heavenly, idealized version of yourself. The hottest owl you can imagine, the smartest, the charming, the most charming, the best version of you. Otherworldly beauty, touch of heaven. Neither magic nor divine intervention can reverse this transformation. You gain these traits, which, like I said, you will see in the stat block, so I'm just going over them. You can now speak, read, and write Celestial. You have resistance to... You don't have to write this down. It's going to be in the stat block. You have resistance to Necrotic and Radiant. Your Charisma score becomes 20. You sprout a beautiful pair of feathered wings. You already have wings. You now have 4 sets. You have 4 wings. You have double wings.
That's so fucking cool. I'm sorry. I just need to interrupt to say that. That's so cool. It's like a double fly speed too. Oh my god.
What is your current fly speed?
30.
Your fly speed is now 90.
Oh my god!
What?
90. You also gain the ability to hover, so you can just I think you can do that normally though, so that's not a big deal. Okay. You have true sight. Your eyes are now silver, all the time, always. You can see in normal and magical darkness. You see invisible creatures and objects. You automatically detect visual illusions and succeed on saving throws against them. You perceive the original form of shape changers, and you can see into the ethereal plane for 60 feet. Now, that's that stuff. I don't want to get into the personality stuff yet. We'll get to that. Holy Light, basically, it's the light cantrip cast on it. You can intensify the light as a bonus action. It's going to have random properties that I have to roll for. The sword can cast a light that deals radiant damage. Evil creatures that take the radiant damage have to do Constitution saving throws. The sword is sentient because Phoenix is inside of it. As you grasp the sword, you hear Phoenix's voice, and he would be like, you hear in your head, and he's like, "Are we holy bros now?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would have been so good as a callback if I had gotten it. Damn it.
Guys, I kind of wanted to have a sexual relationship with my new sword, but
Oh my
you've
God.
ruined everything for me.
I'm so sorry. Had you told me that, I would have let you grab it, girl.
That is the only argument that would have worked on Eris.
God damn it. I should have told you. I've been searching for a companion this whole time.
Phoenix is a sentient, lawful good sword with an intelligence of blah, blah. It has stats, and I'll give you that. Truth Seer. While holding the sword, you gain advantage on all insight checks.
Oh god.
Okay, so those are all the abilities. Eris, please roll me a D8. This is for your new personality.
Oh my god. I'm so afraid, guys. I'm high key.
Don't be afraid, you'll be fine.
I mean, can it be any worse than how she usually is?
Wow.
Ow. Marcus, damn.
Okay, on a 1, you now treat all beings, enemies included, with respect.
Oh, there you go. That's...
Can you say that one more time? I'm so sorry. You cut out all out.
You treat all beings, including enemies, with respect.
Oh no! Okay.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
That's like the opposite of how Eris usually is.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely, that's so good.
Now we have your new ideal. Please roll me a D6.
Oh wait, I'm scared. I don't want to. I hope I get a good one. Actually.
Hey, hun, this is what you signed up for.
You did
I
sign up
know.
for it. A 4.
I'm just overreacting.
This is very fitting because it's respect again. All people deserve to be treated with dignity and honor.
Okay. I can do that.
This is
So it's kind
hilarious.
of like how I feel like, oh, you must honor your elders. Now you want to honor everybody.
Okay.
All right.
This
roll
is
me
incredible.
I'm at peace.
roll me a D6 for your bond. Also, please be writing these down because I am not. So.
Oh my god! Wait, let me get my notebook. Oh
Yeah.
wait, let me get.
If you go, Eris, to your notes, to your description in your D&D Beyond character sheet, there's a space for traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws.
Yeah.
I don't think these ones are included in the multiple choice.
Yeah. Also,
No, you can type them in.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Also, this is on Twitch, so if you don't get it right now, you could always just skip
Yeah,
to the end of
also-
the Twitch.
But like as far as the stats of the weapon, that's in the stat block. I'll send that to you as a link. But for
Could you
your
say-
personality stuff, it's gonna have to be. I can read it again.
Yeah,
so
give me one quick second. Let me.
Okay.
I'm switching to paper, guys. It's really fun. Okay. What was the first thing?
Your new personality is I treat all beings, including enemies, with respect.
Oh, you can be like the samurai.
I will say, as the person who's reading this now, I don't love that one and her new ideal are so similar. I would have made every choice on this page different from each other, but that's just...
That's because you like everything being a special snowflake.
Exactly. Well, because otherwise you could get respect. And it's like...
Respect yourself.
Your new ideal was the most important thing is respect and honor. All people deserve to be treated with dignity, honor, and respect.
I can do an accent now, guys. I can be like Azra. Like,
you could.
God, this is crazy.
If you think, and that's the thing too. If you think your vocal cords could be different, you can just talk now. You don't have to hoot.
I love that.
Oh right.
Can you please use the character that Marcus found? The owl girl is so cute.
The big titty owl girl.
Yes,
maybe.
playing.
Actually, no. I'll think about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Marcus grabbed one, and then Marcus grabbed two. There's two heiresses.
I like the second one. Very cute.
Oh yeah, the second one. Yeah, that's the one I saw.
The first one's hot. The second one's cute. So
I don't think she wants to be though. I would think that.
Here's the thing, though. Eris is seducing way too many people to be.
Hey, Kyle, this first one is just fully an owl with a person face. You think that's the hot one?
Yeah.
No, I was joking, but it has.
Are you putting something on blast for the whole internet to see?
No, it's got the first one's got boobs. The first one is 100% a woman with boobs.
Whoa.
Oh, there is a full person shape beneath big feather tufts on the arms and legs.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a furry owl person, but there is a feminine form.
I'm gonna have the people on Twitch see this.
Oh,
this is what Kyle is saying is hot, guys. Please, everyone, look at this owl person.
Hey, anybody wants to do Amy Rose.
This is what Kyle says is hot. I'm gonna show you the other one, which I think is much cuter that Marcus found.
Anyway, Eris.
Back to the point.
This one's much cuter.
Eris, please roll me a d6 for your new bond.
I just want to know
Bond, James Bond.
Oh, amazing! Another.
Okay. You are now very religious, and you have a favorite religious hymn that you constantly hum.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that, actually.
You gotta love lavender, baby.
Lavender? Yeah, I'm a worship lavender.
You don't have to worship lavender, but you do have to pick a god and be all about it.
What do you mean? I thought it was lavender.
I thought it was supposed to be lavender.
Zariel has to worship lavender. There's nothing here that says that you have to worship.
I thought it was all about lavender.
Yeah, you're probably right. I was just letting homebrew reasons letting her pick, but yeah, it probably would be lavender. Okay, next one. Please roll me a d6 for your flaw.
Oh, okay.
You think lavender is dad?
Oh, you're actually a corrupt person. Like, that'd be so funny.
You're secretly evil. Okay. No.
1414.
You get flaw? What flaw? I am flawless. I am utter perfection.
Oh, so that's just Eris.
That is very Eris.
Oh, so her flaw is that she's narcissistic.
Yeah, the flaw is that you're being a little too full of yourself, and you're like, I am perfect. I am the most perfect angel that has ever angeled.
This transformation definitely went to Eris's head.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. I will now send Eris the stat block. I will. Oh, wait. There's probably something on here. Oh, yeah, you would know that, because Phoenix would tell you. Phoenix would say to you also, Eris, he'd be like, hey, be careful. If Zariel touches the sword, she destroys it.
What?
Oh.
No, she can choose to destroy it. Like, she can choose to. It's not like just happens. Like,
so when we're like, all she needs to do is touch it, and she'll be herself again.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So he'll be like, if she chooses to grasp it for redemption, no destruction. But she can also just, if she still wants to be evil, she can choose to touch it and destroy it in one touch.
Amazing.
I see.
Okay. So yeah, also Eris, anytime you want to talk to Phoenix, he's just in your sword, and he's around, and you're the only one that can talk to him.
Okay. We should talk to the Hellrider and see if she wants to talk to her great-granddaddy.
Great-granddaddy?
Raya is back in Elturel, right?
Raya is back with Elturel, yes.
Great-granddaddy? I'm confused.
We don't know if Phoenix is her grandfather, great-grandfather, father, but yes, he's something in there.
I mean, if it's like 150-year difference, then he would be, what, 2, 3, maybe 4 generations back?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on general life expectancy.
Depending on how long they live. Yeah,
Great grandpappy.
Yeah, how soon did you fuck? Like, did you wait until you were like 30 or 40, or did you like hit 18 and were like, yeah?
Nice.
Right, so let me send you
Sick.
the. I believe it should just be in D&D Beyond as well, but here is the stat block.
All right. Can we take a bathroom break, kind of dealy?
Yeah, 100. I think that's a great place to stop. Eris, you can also think about who your new character is, and what your token's going to be. We watch as Eris is physically transformed in front of us. But yeah, everybody take a break. We'll be back at say 9:45.
Sweet. Bathroom break.
I was gonna say 9:40, but I know people.
No, that's
we're not
7
good
minutes. You have not.
Oh my god, Eris, you have a weapon that's a goddamn strength-based weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Kyle, so if my charisma is maxed out, you know how I've asked you if I could redo my, what's it called? My feats?
When you earn a feat, I would allow you to retrain a feat, but you can't do it like in between.
I know, but I'm saying like if I earn another feat, would I be able to, instead of like doing it, instead of getting another retraining a feat, could I change the feat into like training my strength or something?
Well, a feat automatically gives you an ASI, but I see what you're saying. You want to take one of the feats you took and turn it into an ASI?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't.
If not, it's totally fine. I'm just asking.
No, I just don't know how that would work like in universe, because like retraining magic makes sense, but being like I'm gonna physically make myself dumber so I can get stronger, or I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how that would necessarily make sense in universe.
I would think that like, the sword's slowly seeping into me is what my mindset story. It's totally fine if that.
Aren't there feats that increase ability scores?
Yeah, well, 100%. You could also.
The question is that she took one that increased her charisma.
Well, is that? Yeah.
I have max. I was trying to max out my charisma, but now that have it.
Yeah. It's not that you took a feat to change the charisma; it's that she took ASIs for charisma. So
even worse.
Because it says if it's already higher than 20, it doesn't do anything. Oops. I'll think on it. I'm leaning towards I guess here's the thing: you are functionally a new person. So had you asked me this before, I'd be giving you more of a trouble because I don't think this works. But because you are functionally a new person, we could definitely talk about it.
Yay! Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate it. I know it's not a yes, but it's a discussion topic. Sorry, you guys.
No, don't apologize.
No. And Eris. Obviously, your name is still Eris, and you have all your memories. But if you wanted to give yourself like Eris the Wise or Eris the Brave, like if you wanted a title or any kind of changes to your name, you could do that as well because you are a new person.
Yeah. I was going to ask also. I don't know if even Kyle's here. No, he's gone. It's okay. I'll talk to you guys about it. Or whoever's here. Just JD. Hi. Oh my god, you look like you're like on a game show ready to compete. Like
I got my buzzer in hand, ready to go.
I kind of want to worship Zariel, but before corruption. Because Eris did like admire her, like see the beauty in her and how powerful she was, and saw that as.
I mean, there's no rules against that, right? Like Zariel is a celestial figure, albeit not to the extent that an actual god is. I think that there might be a certain sense of like religious faux pas to the concept, especially since Zariel herself is or was a servant of another deity. But I mean, mortals worship all kinds of things. So I don't think that that's like. I don't think there's any rule against you doing that by any means. Does that make sense?
There's nothing in your repertoire that gives you increased speed
Oh no, Eris is gone.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm so sorry, JD. My whole system kind of fucked. Oh no, he turned his back to me. He's mad at me. Oh. What do you think, Marcus?
Hmm?
What do you think?
What do I think about what?
The events that had occurred?
I didn't see it coming.
Me neither, actually. I just wrote. I just wrote the plan. Oh, who is this supposed to be?
Hmm?
Who is that supposed to be?
That is a hypothetical. That is a hypothetical version of Souffle if she grabbed the sword.
Oh, that's the thing. That's cute. Ow, Marcus, did you look up hot anime owl?
Hmm?
Did you look up hot anime owl?
Did I?
I'm asking.
Well, not really. I
Find
just
that
looked up.
picture. Oh, what'd you look up?
I just looked up Owl Girl.
Owl girl. Oh. I'll do that. I don't know. I don't know what I want my character to look like. I want her to look like a bad bitch. But not like super bad. I kind of want to look. I don't know. I don't think Kyle would allow this because he's gonna be like, it's not dark. It's not good enough. Like not good enough, but like not goody good enough. Like choose enough. I wish there was a Coven Morgana that was like a good doer instead of an evil doer.
Hmm.
Do you know who Morgana is? Do you play League of Legends? Because if you don't, then you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't think I do.
Oh. This is nice. This is a Coven Morgana that is good.
Oh, no, sorry, you missed this. If you had Harrowed out from the previous memory or something, maybe you could have, but which I did ask if you wanted Harrowed, so like, not because of that, but I really think it could have been a cool story about it.
I love
No,
that
it's mine.
it like makes me so comfortable actually.
Eat ice cream.
Welcome back, Jess.
Hello. Kyle got dots that are all reds, and I've guilted him into giving them to me.
Hmm.
Makes me very happy.
I'm really looking forward to see like honest, honorable, respectful Eris. Like this is gonna be wild.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, Kyle, this is gonna be really hard for me.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd she say?
She said, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be really hard for me.
If you want, I can call you on it. I'll just send you DMs where I'll be like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't say that.
Yeah, please, actually do. Please. That would help me out a lot. And I'm the image in my mind that is perfect is basically Coven Morgana, but like good instead of like looking evil.
I think lawful good is so hard.
It is. I can imagine. I have to be like, no, you can't help this dying civilian, but then again, it's like respect. I killed him because the most honorable death is by my hand or something. Yeah, that might be it. What do you guys think? I don't know. My ADHD is acting up right now. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't taken anything. I was asking JD something, and then my PC crashed, and then in the middle of him saying something, and then I don't remember what I asked him. And yeah, I feel bad.
Oh my God, Marcus. Could you have any less clothes on that picture of that girl?
Maybe, but I wouldn't. Because this is a children's show. This is a PSA to all the good boys and girls out there.
Well,
don't be big horny like us.
Kyle, you said that like this version of Eris is like the perfect Eris.
Yes. I think this is
like,
this is good. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is like an owl, half owl.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
All right.
You know what this is.
What?
If you play League, you probably know who this is.
I don't. So.
Oh.
It's all good. I played a little League, but not enough.
She has 4 wings in the game.
Oh, okay. So it's very apropos. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
See, my problem is that I think that the picture for Juniper is so pretty already that I wouldn't even know what I would want her to be, like, any different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's already so angelic.
So everybody, are we back? I see all the people with cameras. I know I heard Gray. Marcus, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Gray has chosen Eris's new physical form. So let me import that. You guys watch as the physical change happens. So feel free to ooh and ah.
Feel free to aw. 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 A-W-E.
Ooh.
Vocal warm-up.
Ooh, okay.
Dem titty
Alright.
resto.
Alright,
Oh.
League of Legends.
Yeah. Oh, see, he gets it. He gets it. There's a full picture too, but that's it. Yeah.
I'll put that in the Discord.
Alton is going to be so excited about
Are you gonna update your picture and your character bio, Eris or Gray?
I am as well. Yeah.
Let me give you access to that token. Are you still just Eris? Have you given your... Oh, perfect idea. It's up to you. You might have already thought of it. You were saying you don't have a last name. You're not sturgeon form anymore. Do you want to give yourself a new last name with this new form?
Oh,
That's what I was
sexy.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And I was gonna ask the party to collaborate if they had time.
Okay. The characters or the players?
The players, not the characters.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I ask the characters, they're gonna be like, "No, bitch, shut the fuck up."
I'm gonna say, Gray, like with what you mentioned before, if you were something like, do you know like the Nordic tradition of naming yourself after one of your parents and like with son or daughter at the end? What if you were like Zariel daughter?
Or Lathander son.
Well,
Not son.
Eris
because
isn't
you're
a son though.
Lathander was male, and that's why I said that, but you're not a...
Lathander Papa.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's what I meant. Okay. But yes.
You said, like, Zariel's son?
No, you're the daughter.
No.
You would be Zariel. Whatever the... I've only ever heard the son version. I've never heard the daughter version in...
Dotir.
Dotir.
You could take part of it.
Now, I'll tell you, it's a lot of syllables.
Yeah.
You could take part of it.
Zari
Dotir.
Dotir. Yeah.
Or Zodotir. Or...
Lathantir?
Dotir?
Is that what you were saying, Shannon? Lathantir? Lathantir?
Just Dotir. I typed it in the chat.
Where?
Did you?
In Discord.
Oh, the Discord chat.
Oh, okay.
Lathantir.
Fun.
That one actually sounded Norsey to me.
Mm-hmm. It also, because you shortened it, means, like, daughter of light. So...
Oh, that's neat.
That's really cool.
Fuck.
Okay. I do want that, because that does sound really cool. But I was talking to JD about who I want to worship, and I told him that or Eris, like, really looked up to Zariel in her pure form.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can worship Zariel only at her purest.
You can't really worship an angel as they... You would still be worshiping Lathander, because Zariel at her purest worship Lathander. So you would still be... So you could still be like Lath daughter, but you would just be... Zariel would be the proxy. Is kind of like the...
Oh, okay.
Or, like, you are also a daughter of Lathander, and
Yeah, you and
Zariel. You and Zariel would be sisters.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's excellent.
Oh, wow. This is
You'd get
amazing.
a family!
It's just like legends. It's like the pure sister and the evil sister.
And then the sword says to you, the sword's like, and I'm your brother.
Wow.
Phoenix inserting himself into the situation.
Like that. I'm like, oh yes, brother. Okay. That felt weird. Okay, that's fine though.
Duffy.
Yeah, I think Lathander is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually. I like that a lot. Thank you guys for helping me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I can now... I'll actually update
You know we got you, boo.
So, I just noticed that now we have a sentient shield, a sentient sword, and a sentient echo helmet all with us now.
Yes. Those are all true statements.
We will have an entire sentient suit of armor!
Part of me almost wanted Azra to pick up the sword, because then he'd have the sword and shield, but they're, like, quite diametrically opposed, so they just fight each other constantly.
I will say, out of game, I was hoping that if Azra got the sword, I would use that as, like, a clause to break the pact with Gorgoth, and essentially have the blade burn away the levels in Warlock to become pure Paladin.
Okay, I did change the character sheet, so...
Ooh. Heiress of Light.
Heiress,
I love that.
Daughter of the Light. Okay. Yeah, so in character, now there's not three of you, so that's good. So, guys, you see Eris transform from this into this, holding the sword, reacting character.
Well, I tried.
And she has 4 wings.
Yeah, she has 4 wings.
Heiress?
Yes? She's talking in a human voice now, by the way, guys.
How do you feel?
I feel fine. Why? Do I look... Does it look like there's something wrong?
No, you look great.
I know.
The first personality trait, but that one didn't change. Oh, cool. That part didn't change.
So Juniper just kind of goes up and kind of touches her face, and she goes, "Well, There's no turning back now, is there, Eris?
Very true. Sister. She didn't say it like that, but she's like sister.
And Juniper goes, "May you bathe in the light, sister."
And you as well. And she curtsies. As she's hovering, by the way, she's like curtsying while she's hovering.
Hey, Juniper looks a little bit sad, but she deals with it.
I believe we have a scab to fight our way out of.
I believe we do.
Before we go, we should discuss our next steps. The swords... With the sword in hand, we might have a method of... Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but only Eris heard the sword say, "Do not let Zariel touch this sword."
Yeah, only Eris knows that,
Cool.
so Eris would have to tell the party.
With the sword in hand, we might have a way of redeeming Zariel. We will need to find her next. I imagine storming her own citadel will be a little bit more difficult than this was.
Yes, I agree that it's going to be hard. And I should let you guys know that if Zariel touches the sword, she can potentially destroy it. Or if she chooses to be redeemed, she can redeem herself.
Oh! Okay. That is... good to know. Yes.
I mean, they said that the sword was only part of it. Gathering all of her friends and stuff was a thing?
We will need Olantheus' help, I believe. Possibly Haruman as well, though I doubt he will be as amenable to any of these.
Yael would say, "I can be there in spirit form,
Literally?
And then she looks over at Eris and she
Be
goes,
there in spirit?
like, because I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we had gotten married,
trying to make the same joke, I think.
if we had gotten married, this would have definitely been till death do you part.
I did not realize you were into me. I kind of wish I'd picked up on the signs then, didn't I?
I'm into everything.
Wait, what do you mean? Did that end up happening? Did we rewrite history by being there?
No, I remember it because I was part of the spell.
Oh, okay. I almost had a brief existence. It is fine. It is fine.
To be fair, you winked at me first.
Yes, it was more a wink at the party, so they knew I was here. She looks over Eris and she goes, "Is Phoenix in there?"
Phoenix introduced himself to me, yeah?
Yeah, Phoenix is the one that's been talking to you inside the sword, yes. And he said he was Phoenix, yeah.
Yes, he is in here.
Okay. So he'll be that as well. So that's good.
So
this is like the world's biggest intervention.
Aye.
Basically.
question, is there a way to kind of purify people with the sword? Like,
How do you mean?
because you say it can purify Zariel if she touches it, if she chooses to, right?
Mhm.
And you say that we also need Haruman. Can we purify Haruman with the sword?
Oh, Haruman does not need to be good. He just needs to be there.
But
Perhaps as a reminder
can
of
we
what was
purify him? That's what I'm asking.
Where is he currently?
He.
I don't know if Yael knows that he's like an echo. That's why, like,
I kind of explained to her what's going on. I explained to her the situation we have.
I don't know if it could be used to cure people. But even if it could, he's not a person now. I think he's stuck like that until Zariel is good.
Maybe he just needs to be around friends and good influences.
It is also possible that seeing Haruman in his state, when compared to the others, might help Zariel to realize the consequences of her actions.
And
also,
it wouldn't
like,
hurt
his
to
love for her doesn't change whether he's good or evil.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly demonstrated that.
right. And it wouldn't hurt to be stabbed with his friend's sword a couple times.
Is that the sort of Zariel should stab Haruman a couple times?
Seems like an oxymoron. It wouldn't hurt to be stabbed.
And I say,
Whether or not the Echo can feel pain has always been kind of a curious point. I don't know if we've ever actually established that.
oh, he could feel it. Just short term. I summon Haruman. And I'm like, Haruman, I want you to be reunited with some of your old friends.
Can the sword talk? Is that part of the coolness of the sword?
The sword can only talk to Eris.
But
So
what
Eris
about
would have
It's only my terrible, terrible shield that gets to talk to the rest of the
But what about
party.
the ghosty? The ghosty can talk.
Can I psychic whispers Eris, the sword, and
Yeah,
Haruman?
yeah, yeah, because the sword has a mind, and you can link minds, so yeah, you're good. Yeah.
falling?
So yes, Yael would look at Haruman and just be like, "Hey, look how far you've fallen."
Haruman goes, fuck you.
Yeah, Haruman's like, I don't want to be here, and I just fuck all of you, and
I guess I'll drag him out here. Doo-doo-doo.
But yes, the sword was going to say something to Eris, but now that the minds are linked, he would just the sword glows and like sends a little radiance at Haruman.
Bring his old picture out. Come on. Mind to mind, baby.
Come on, baby pictures? What?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So 1 second.
E-mindo, T-mindo.
Oh, wrong thing. Go back.
Hi, Ghost Wyatt.
Hey.
Yeah, welcome, Wyatt.
So you guys think about everybody who's mind link thinks about good Haruman in order to present like a psychic image to bad Haruman about his past self. Haruman would say, "That's who I once was, but I did what I had to follow my lady.
And
Fuck everyone else. She's the only one that matters."
and that's right. But now you have to remember, you can help guide your lady to what she once was, and you can help guide her.
If she wants it, sure, but she's not gonna want it, so go fuck yourself.
You never know, she might have regrets too. Everyone does.
There was once a man I knew who said he would help guide her into the light, should she need to.
You didn't change his memories, so Haruman has never met you before. I guess since you are psychically linked, you could play out the events and show him through your memory the events that happened in your version of Idle Glen. I like that. So you show him through mental pictures what happened to you in your version of Idle Glen compared to what happened to his version of Idle Glen. And so he kind of like has those memories as like a version of the timeline, kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "What could have been, I guess."
You know, I meant like the sword person, right?
What?
Because when Haruman was going to talk to the sword person, I was like, instead of just, like, you could show the picture of the sword person.
Oh, no, I thought you were trying to remind Haruman of who he used to be. That's what I thought the point of this was. I completely misunderstood. But
we like this.
So, Phoenix would just talk to Haruman and be like, "Haruman, it's time to fix the situation. Time to..." He pauses. "Make it right."
He just
Harwin just grumbles.
Phoenix just likes to say Phoenix Wright a lot.
He has never said that, but you've said it many times.
You said it. He's never said it. Okay. Yael would chime and say, her Zariel's citadel is always on the move, as Avernus is, but you know, I could put a form of it on your map, but I believe it best to find all your allies, not just Zariel's old friends, but your friends, your allies, and anybody who owes you a favor. Or I think it's best to get the band back together.
This feels like projecting a little bit, but I do see your point.
Okay. With that,
we are going to get back to the ship somehow, and there is still a Nelfeshni sitting outside the door.
So that's
probably
actually
very mad.
Yael points at the sword and points at Eris and says, New pure Eris, if you tap the sword on the Bleeding Citadel's doors, there's a safety design that will blast apart the Bleeding Citadel, taking out all the demons around it, leaving just the Holy Citadel. Eventually the scab will reform, but you could purge the scab with but one tap.
And
That sounds like a good idea.
but our friend, he helped us.
Who?
Oh, Alazub is long gone by now.
You don't know that.
I hope he is. We have been talking here for nearly half an hour. If he has not escaped by now, he has already been torn to shreds by demons.
Your
He might
face.
still be out there fighting.
He got caught.
He was running away while you guys were sneaking, and you did see him successfully get down the hallway at least, so he got away. But you don't know if he escaped the scab. Anybody's welcome to roll insight.
Azra fully believes that he bolted. He has no reason to believe that Alazub would at any point stick around.
On 13, you're unsure, but on a 16, you agree with Azra. Alazub would have hightailed it. Like he's probably long gone.
One does not stick around in the place where their sworn enemies have built a camp. Besides, that was the whole point. Once we got into the Citadel, he was free to leave. And we know that he is much more capable of squeezing through these passages than the giant Nelfeshni, who is blocking the path of its smaller demons.
It's true, and he did seem to be able to hold his own.
Hmm?
He did seem able to hold his own.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna blast this shit. No, that's not what Eris says. Eris is gonna be like, I'm gonna
Like, that's definitely not what New Era
Yeah,
said.
Eris.
Does new Eris not curse?
I don't know. It's
it would
not
make
in
sense.
my. It's not.
It
in
would
my-
make sense if you didn't.
I think she would make up, she'd be like, oh, fire truck.
I would say you could swear if you were talking to like a devil or demon, but when you're talking to allies and like those that you
say fork?
Yes, I want her
Does
to
she say fork and shirt instead of fucking shit?
Yes.
Oh my God,
she'd
that's a good
she'd
place
swear
to
like a
use it.
kindergarten teacher, like she'd substitute words that were totally
Good place
innocuous.
reference.
Good
Yeah,
place.
excellent. Yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh,
I mean,
fire
Eris,
truck."
I feel like we have voted.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. You guys all came in at once because my shit's lagging. So.
Oh,
no.
Sorry,
It's
you
okay.
you have to substitute swear words for innocuous words like "oh, fire truck" or "oh, fork and knife" instead of like "fucking shit" and like.
Shirt instead
Oh,
of shit.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you
Ah,
go.
We love it. We love it.
Tiny claps for you. Tiny claps.
Okay, time to die. Or not,
Molto bene. You picked up that sword on purpose.
Yeah, I should have.
You could have had me falling in love with a sword, but, you know, you chose you.
Eris is gonna take this moment to be like, hey, Phoenix, Juniper wants to, fuck, I could let her borrow the sword.
Ford?
You mean Ford. Juniper wants to fork.
Wants to fork you.
She's
Which
awfully
honestly
lonely
is-
and she really likes God.
Which honestly is still an appropriate word for what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Juniper,
Or, I guess
Juniper seems alright,
wants to
but I don't know how we would have relations as a sword.
Well, you have a scabbard. It's always important to have protection.
Oh my god.
And also, like, this is, like, psychic sex?
Hell yeah.
Psyching?
You know, I could give
Can
him
we
a...
get to nuking the demons now?
Oh, you're totally right, Azra.
I mean, what is a sword but half of a scissor?
Oh my
God.
Oh my god.
This conversation is very bad for me personally.
Oh, what could have been.
Eris is gonna tap the thingy with this.
Say, Azra, the love affair you could have had.
So Phoenix goes.
With that sword?
Phoenix goes. Radiant power, magic, activate! And so.
What?
So
I have
Eris, Eris's transformation was just a magical girl transformation, right?
Yeah,
she went full, she went full Sailor Moon, full
I'm
Precure on
100%
this.
making Phoenix an anime character as I go on. Yes.
Nice.
And so.
Cool.
Nice. He's Tuxedo Mask. He's Tuxedo Sword,
God.
actually.
So, when you guys walk through the door, you don't see the scab. The only reason I'm here is to say that when you look straight up, this area that I'm going to uncover, basically the whole thing is just a crater, and like you can see a route directly up, like to here. Like the whole thing is just empty. There's nothing here.
What are you pointing to?
Forget it. It didn't work as much as long as I had a mental picture. It doesn't really work, so forget it. So the group gets back to the ship.
Fuck it.
So
We just flag down the Redeemer.
yes.
Good old Archer.
Mang, you what level are you guys now?
We are 12.
Oh,
Well,
You're now 13.
Woo!
Yes!
Hell
That feels
yeah!
right. That feels right.
do I have to put levels into cleric now? Am I a cleric? No.
You don't know. You don't have
Do I
to.
But you could.
But you could.
I could.
If you wanted to go cleric, paladin, like you could, but you don't have to. You could just.
Oh, good. I get absolutely nothing at 13.
Oh no!
I don't think we get anything at 13.
No, you must get something. Whether it's a spell or something, you get something.
That doesn't look like I get anything at 13 as a fighter.
Level 10 for Paladin is not exciting. I may do level 4 in Warlock?
Yeah, I don't think I get anything.
Yes, at 13th level, you get to use Indomitable 2 times per day instead of 1 time per day, and your proficiency goes from a +4 to a +5. So your proficiency went up, which means everything basically went up.
Our proficiency increases this level.
Ooh, so
That's not
exciting.
So proficiency and Indomitable.
Things I'd never
know what?
use.
Character-wise, I am gonna go more Paladin. That feels right for Azra.
I was gonna ask Kyle because I asked you earlier about the about ASI.
Yes. I
Yeah.
was planning on telling you next week.
Oh,
I don't have an answer yet.
Question. Since we kind of raced to get to that thing, would we be doing another long rest or short rest or anything along the way?
I mean, we have a while to spend, and we are fully in the air, so not a
Yes,
whole lot.
once you're in
on
your
us.
ship, you can 100% take a long rest or a short rest once you're on the ship. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'd like to get my action surge back. Since I just did it to race Eris.
Right. So now we have Aura of Courage. Within my aura, creatures are immune to being frightened.
Nice. I want to make sure to give Azra my token.
Thank you, Juniper.
Unless we want to wrap my token around that sword so I can communicate telepathically with that sword.
I mean, that is an option. You could do that. The sword is both a creature and an item, so you could give the sword your token.
Hey.
Souffle, do you get anything fun at 14th level? Whichever level you're taking in your various classes?
It's 13.
I'm taking a level in Rogue. I can learn another spell, and actually I can learn two. I can learn one more spell, and I get evasion.
Oh shit! You got evasion just now? Hell
yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Jukes' Song of Rest gets better, proficiency goes up, and
Yes, thanks.
is that it?
So yeah, I don't get anything fun.
He gets 7th level spells now.
Jeez.
But what's weird is he doesn't get an additional spell. He can know 7th, but he'll have to cancel one of his others in order to do that. I thought when you learned new spell slots and new spell levels, you would automatically get like a new spot, but I guess not.
Well, he can unlearn an old spell.
Well, yeah, exactly. I definitely will. I just thought like when you get 5th, you get new spots. When you get 6th, you get new spots. When you get 7th, you get new spots. I guess that's not the case.
Nope. I mean, is he just straight bard? He didn't multi-class or anything?
No, Bard. He is a mind control. Like he's an enchantment.
At
bard.
level 13, his spells known go from 15 to 16.
Huh. It's saying I
Check
don't.
under his spells tab.
Yeah, that's really. You know what I think it is? I think it's because he's a homebrew. He got an extra class from his homebrew. He got an extra spell from his homebrew, and it was counting against his total. So he had more than he should have, and now. But it shouldn't count against the total. But
shouldn't, no.
Because basically I have 16 now, and I haven't chosen a spell, which means I had 16 before I leveled up.
Right. That's.
So I don't know. That's weird. I'll figure it out.
Is longsword what's it called? A great weapon?
No, it's one or two-handed. It's not heavy.
Oh, okay.
I am absolutely going to take Magic Circle because that can create a barrier that fiends cannot cross.
Nice.
Eris, it's up to you. I know you originally took Bloodhunter for Randolph. Randolph's now alive again. And I don't know that Blood Magic fully goes with... It could. I guess Blood Magic could still go. But if you wanted to swap the Bloodhunter for, like, Cleric or Paladin, you could maybe do that, but that would be up to you.
I think I could only do cleric because I don't have enough strength for paladin. So it's okay. I'll probably do cleric. Do I get more spell slots or less? Or do I have the same amount of spell slots?
What do you mean?
I don't remember how spellcasting works.
I've never multi-classed.
Are you leveling up in Sorcerer?
No. If I level up in Paladin, would I just another?
Oh, you said you can't get Paladin because you need Strength 13 to multiclass.
I meant clerical. Cleric, yeah.
Multiclassing in different spellcasting classes is weird because you add your levels together to determine your total number of spell slots. And then the number of spells you can prepare is based on your cleric level plus your spellcasting ability, which for a cleric is wisdom.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do cleric and then you said I could just switch the Blood Hunter to Cleric?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that, and I'll just put a level into Sorcerer for this time. Or yeah, because I'm just gonna use Sorcerer 12 and then 1 level in Cleric. And then my Divine Dominion. What would that be?
Something light based probably, or
I feel like either light or life is appropriate for Lathander, right?
Yeah. What are your choices? I think those are probably the best two though.
Yeah, I have light, life, Arcana, City, Death, Fate, Forge, Order, Brave,
so
Knowledge, Luck, Mystic, Thurge, Nature, Peace, Phoenix, Tempest, Time, Trickery, and Twilight.
Yeah, I would.
I know I've been gone all session, but if it's Lathander, definitely life or light.
Yeah, I would agree with that one.
Hello, Wyatt.
I've been sitting here listening and typing for a while.
Yeah.
Wyatt, did you see new Eris in Roll20?
I have not. I was driving home.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you home? Are you at a computer now?
I am.
Yeah. He went cleric bros.
I actually
I see
asked
that.
if it would be worth it to jump in or not, and nobody responded, so I figured I would just sit it out.
Okay.
Well, I paid attention to you. I thought you just meant that you were just
Hello.
going to.
Yeah.
Hey, Wyatt, how you
Watch.
doing?
You were
The
looking.
Eris that's like a bird person that's like half red, half blue. That's new Eris.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, that's just my 3 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Based on what I heard, I would agree with life and light as well.
Okay.
Life Domain does heal you as well as everyone else when you heal people, so it's decent.
You do that sexual healing, Eris.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
why are we doing this?
I don't see an issue with this personally. Let's just
Okay, so
Just because she has to be lawful good now doesn't mean she can't be lawful sexy good.
we're not going to start like a new thing because there's only 10 minutes. I am just going to do like a kind of a preview, I guess. So as you guys are soaring through, we can also talk about what our plan is. So party, I won't do the preview yet. Then party,
Yeah.
what do you think the plan is? You have on the map where Zariel's citadel is. So, and then Lulu would also mention, I now that I have my powers back, I can kind of feel Zariel, so I can help us get to where her citadel is. So, I can be like a compass.
This is very helpful, Lulu. I think that Olanthius is definitely one of our biggest priorities here. If we are planning a full-scale military invasion, then perhaps gathering up our former allies, Randolph, Gallus, Ryder, might be wise as well.
Ryan Reynolds. Don't forget about Ryan Reynolds.
How could I forget?
I'm sure that we can contact the Knights of Almader and get them together. And the demons and devils that have come to our side.
Power Force.
The Pink Power Force would be a wise addition to this, yes. I imagine they want Zariel gone as much as we do. Also Mad Maggie. I think Mad Maggie would like to help.
Probably. I could call them up.
I'd love to see Mickey.
I wanted to find all the tokens, so I went through all of our maps and tokens, and I found everybody that you guys could possibly call as an ally.
Oh my
That's a
god.
lot.
Just put them all together,
I
got them
did.
ready.
Is this like
So
the
I
yearbook, guys?
I will say, what I'll probably do is, I don't want to just tell you things, so if you guys want to do history checks, or, like, try to remember things, or do, like, religion, or anything like that, like, you can 100% do that. And, it also depends on how much you guys want to involve people. So, for example, Azra has his princess and their knights, so like they could come, but it's up to Azra whether he wants to call upon
Here's
them.
the question for you, Kyle, because we never really discussed this. What's like the military power of the Drow embassy? Like, I didn't imagine it was significant.
No, it's the three main like people, the three named NPCs, and then six guards. So you would get 9 fighters out of it.
Right, and Ekondio herself, especially after the devilification, is a significant force.
Yes.
I don't know if you statted out Masozi and Isavo. I know I didn't. But I didn't imagine they were... Like, they would probably be help.
Yeah.
But I feel like Azra would feel bad asking them to help. But at the same time, this is the fate of everyone, including them.
Wyatt said, remember Bakram came as a squad as well?
Yes, Bakram does have 3 angel best friends, the Heavenly Host, that could definitely help
The
out.
Heavenly Host.
Besties.
Hey, are part of your Heavenly Hosts looking for a girlfriend?
Does anybody remember how we got to Avernus in the first place?
There was a wizard. Oh my god, the fucking wizard from Candlekeep. Was he like a weasel or a ferret or something?
Yes, he was an otter.
He was an otter.
What has he done since he got to hell?
Oh, I don't think I was here for that session.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else remember what the Traxigor the Wise, like the wisecracker, what he was...
He went off to do some tower shit. Didn't he?
He formed a gang called Traxigor's Travesty. He's an infernal warlord.
I knew there was a warlord that we didn't wipe out.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple, actually, if you want to do history checks to talk about who... Or does anybody remember the other warlord you did not wipe out?
Because we didn't kill Mad Maggie. We didn't kill the guy whose whole gang is just him and one other dude.
The guy who liked to piss on shit.
Smiler?
Smiler the Defiler. The fucking
and
weasel.
He literally said, call upon me when you need me. So Smiler the Defiler is
I mean, we could call Smiler. Could we call that Titan?
You could call Uldrak the Titan, yes.
Ugh.
I mean, it's not great. I wonder if we could get a secret message to Bell and try to get some of his forces.
You can
in my notes, I had Bell in the neutral because you don't know how he's going to react. Yeah.
We would... I'm sorry, what, Shannon?
I could definitely call in that favor from Destiny.
Destiny and the Click Clock gang. You could definitely... not the Gizmo gang.
Oh, God.
I think it's a little unfair for you to expect us to remember everybody.
That's why I don't
remember a lot of them.
Well, you remember them, and that's why I said I would let you do history checks or religion checks or whatever, and then I would give you clues.
This is also why we as good players should be making notes.
Yes, and guys, I have put basically every NPC in a handout. So, like, if you wanted to, you could go one by one and figure out which NPCs are friendly and which NPCs are not friendly. But yes.
This is true. We could just go down this list. I mean, fuck. We should get older Ravenguard with us.
Pretty much anybody in Elturel.
Yeah, anyone who can fight. Anyone who can fight who we don't think we would just be leading to their immediate.
I will also say you wouldn't have to feel as guilty about that because now that Naskias, Zariel's sister, is guarding the city, unless you want to take, you can't take her away because she's the only reason that Elturel isn't just burning and destroyed and bad. So she needs to stay. But all the warriors that were defending Elturel could now safely leave because she's there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Full Mordenkainen is on this NPC list.
You did meet Mordenkainen, and you made him an ally of sorts, so you could seek him out 100%.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, the Dow and the Unicorn we could go find!
Yeah. And they ride together. They're friends now, yeah!
I saw Mooncolor and I was like, who the fuck is Mooncolor?
You guys did mention the Vrock and Shish Kebab already. They are completely valid targets.
Yeah, Jess mentioned the devils that were... I think they're devils who are hanging out with the Knights of Ilmater.
Exactly, one devil, one demon, and you had that one bearded devil that had the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh shit, there's a Wyatt.
Why? We missed your face.
Souffle, your Feywild troop, are they also combatants?
Yeah, a couple of them are.
Nice. If not, we'll pretend they are. Get them online. Call the troops.
It would depend on Eris, but Eris would know that Teeny probably wouldn't fight, but Teeny is, because I know you mentioned Randolph, Teeny has the 3 Linlins that are now good.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd put them in harm's way.
Okay.
Personally.
All right.
It might also make sense to leave a couple of them to guard Teeny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
given that we know your parents are still out there somewhere.
Speaking of, definitely chalked out Eris's parents on the evil side. Definitely did that in my notes.
Whoops, the fuck is Lucille Pitfiend?
Oh, so when you've seen her a couple times. When you first got out of Elturel, she was leading the Devil Brigade on the ground. She was
Gotcha.
the head devil in the Elturel ground
Cool,
battle.
so we're not fucking with her.
She is 100% on the evil side, yes.
I mean, she's a full goddamn Pitfiend. Like,
Yup,
we're
that
not
too.
touching that. Is Yander Sunstar, is he dead?
He
Did
dead.
his soul move on?
His soul crossed over, yep. So unless somebody has, like, raise dead or, like, speak to dead...
It would have to be, like, full, true resurrection at this point. It's been way too long.
I do have speak to dead though.
So you could talk to him, but he's dead, yeah.
We could get Gideon Lightward the Necromancer.
Yeah, yep, 100%.
Oh, that's right. Bakr never met the necromancer. That's gonna
Yeah,
be fun.
no.
Hey, Bakram, I need you to be cool about a couple of things, okay?
Hey, I need you
also
to get
have
really
that-
cool with a lot of things really quick.
You know,
Very
I love that.
you now also have to ask Eris to be cool with things, because Eris is also lawful pure good now.
Eris thinks that everyone is deserving of respect.
That is true.
Hey,
In fairness, Azra does not know that.
Yeah.
to be fair, also, Bakram does self-describe as a zealot, so...
By the way, Eris, how do we feel right now about fiends who have sworn themselves to no longer wantonly murder? How do we feel about this?
Say that again, but slower.
How do we feel about fiends
Somebody
who have
is echoing that.
sworn not to wantonly murder?
I think they're redeemed.
Cool, done. That's good enough for me.
Perfect. I'm like, Eris, I love this
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. I do too. I feel so happy.
Aw.
I'm like, how's that sword
I think
treating
that's
you?
the
little bit
first time
jealous.
Eris ever said that.
Hmm?
What was the question?
Oh, you answered it. We're good.
Okay.
Souffle.
Go ahead and
Roll
take
me-
time stop off that spellbook spell list.
Yeah, Souffle, roll me history.
Alright. Here I go. History go.
On a 14 is good enough. I don't know if you guys remember when you visited Souffle's fairy troop, the carnival like troop people. They noticed one was missing. And when asked about, you were told that Shailene went dark and kind of like disappeared. So there is like a full-on evil wizard lady that used to work with Souffle that is now evil.
Or maybe she's just goth now, and they're very judgy.
She's just judgy. Quick question, Eris, for logistics. Am I correct that you used a teleport scroll in the session that I missed?
I think I was going to.
Okay, but you did not?
I did not, no.
Perfect, then I will leave that on the list. I'm just looking at our inventory right now.
But it didn't work.
Oh yeah, I should probably see it. Oh, that's right. I lost everything. Never mind.
Oh no.
I think you guys got most of the things. There's a couple you missed, but you don't know you missed it, so it's fine.
Can I roll a history check?
You could.
Cool, I'm gonna guidance myself for this.
Yeah, I'll roll
God
history.
damn it.
Well,
God damn it!
I didn't roll it. Oh.
hey guys, I'm gonna be gone most of the session. Make one roll. It's gonna be shit.
Oh,
Eris got an 18.
You guys, I'll give you I'll count anything 10 plus is a pass. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12, 16, and 18 are all passes. So I'll give you 3. Red Ruth was an ally. She's the
No, I know that. Yeah,
okay.
but ally feels like a stretch.
That's fair. That's fair.
Acquaintance
that didn't hate you and you didn't hate her.
Yeah. I mean, that bitch made us watch her house for hours, and there were some goddamn banshees that came up. I don't know that we like Red Root very much. I should be outvoted here.
It sounds like she owes you a favor, though.
No, because then she told us how to get to the Bleeding Citadel, so we just paid her in advance for it.
There was, where is it? Let me find it in the thing here. This dude. Does anybody remember this dude? He's the weirdest guy you guys have seen.
Nope.
I don't think I ran into him,
wasn't he
no.
like the chain guy?
He was indeed stuck in a cage. It was the same session.
He was the guy who was above the river Styx.
And he taught you guys how to make your little pets.
Our slime homunculi. We should go back there and make another one. I want another slime homunculus.
Yeah, that's the only reason I brought him up. You could, if you don't have one, you could make a slime homunculus. Yes. So that's 2, and then I'll give you one more on those history checks. Let me look. This one's more of a neutral because you don't know where they lie. No, actually, I'll give you one that's not neutral. I'll give you one that you think is probably good. Koshtiktikai.
Koshtiktikai is a... Oh, because we brought him back. No, he was chained up, right?
He was chained up, you rescued him, you told him where his hammer is, and you know he hates Zariel.
Yeah! So, I mean, honestly, we get Koshtiktikai and Oldrak as our vanguard. Both of them hate the shit out of Zariel. So, like, we say, hey, we're getting we're getting a group together to go kick Zariel's ass. Do you guys want to come? And we just point them at the Citadel.
Yeah, but we're also trying to redeem her, and...
Hey, they are going to be way less receptive to redeeming Zariel than kicking her ass.
Plus, based on what, I'll have Lulu just say something. Her Citadel is going to be, surrounded by troops, like millions of devils. So keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, Oldrak and Koshtiktikai are never going to see the interior because they're going to be in a bloodbath outside of it.
I have a question.
What's up?
Technically, Haruman is my Echo.
Yes.
If he helps us fight Zariel, story-wise, can he rebel against me?
No.
Okay.
I would also add that if you wanted him to be redeemed as well, you would probably... I guess you could just keep good Haruman as your Echo. But if you wanted, like, to get Wispa back, or, like, have Haruman have a body, you would need to find a body, put the helm on the new body, or you could just have good Haruman as your Echo. But, yeah.
And to say, I would like to redeem him, obviously. That's the whole point.
Well, no, I know, I'm saying, but it's a question of whether you have him in a new body and he's Haruman again, or if you just have good Haruman as your Echo. So,
but if you put him in the sword, so he can be cleric bros, or holy bros, however
then it slowly becomes friends, and their apartment is the sword.
Yeah, they were already roommates.
And Eris just has the fucking peanut gallery commentating on her life.
Who was the other guy that we found that was also their friend, who was like Fiery Head now? They all have to live in the sword. Oleanthus.
That's Oleanthus, yeah.
They all
Is
have
it
to be friends.
Oleanthus or Oleanthus? He has an NPC page. What am I doing?
I think it's Oleanthus.
It's Oleanthus. You are correct.
Yeah, there you go.
I was mispronouncing it.
But yeah, I think we'll end it there as we fly through the skies. If you guys want to look through the NPCs, there are probably some more.
We should also wake up the mystery hero.
What?
The mystery hero from fucking Elturel.
Yeah.
We never cracked the coffin.
So for Shannon and Marcus, there is a sleeping figure who was a former hero of Elturel who has been laid to rest beneath the it's the High Hall, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
We never found a way to wake her up, but maybe now with our combined efforts, we might have a way to get her up and running.
Interesting.
Yes, if you guys want to look through the NPCs or think about your own personal histories and be like, oh, I want to bring this person, I want to bring that person,
Cool.
feel free.
Hey, remind me, what the fuck is up with Orin Blacksmith, who's secretly an incubus?
Yeah. So you were he was in town in Elturel. He was like basically a random person, and he claimed to be a blacksmith. He wanted help. And then somebody used.
And then I divine sensed, and I okay.
And then the thing is, he did say like, I don't kill people. You know, you can let me go. It's all good. And you guys like, and then he got away. Either he got away or you let him go. So he is technically a neutral or good or evil incubus. You could win him over. Who knows? Yeah, he is just living in Elturel somewhere right now.
Or, actually, never mind. It doesn't matter. So sorry.
Interesting.
Nothing from Eris?
No, nothing. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right, sounds good. All right. Well,
All right.
good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.
Definitely. Thank
And
you for the
next
session,
time I'll
Kyle.
actually
Yes,
be-
thank you for
Thank
playing.
you, Kyle.